Alright. Alright. What's up, everybody? Spiderian here, or just call me Christian. And, I'm doing another kind of rambly anime review, but this time I'm joined by a very special guest. You may know him from the No Girls Allowed podcast, as well as his Ace Attorney ranking video.
Yeah, you probably know me from that.
Introduce yourself. Full name and serial number.
I'm Harper Workman, and I think I'm 6. I think I'm the 6th one of those that's ever existed. I'm Harper.
Oh. And the anime we're talking about today is...
ReZero.
Starting life in another world from zero.
Topical.
And it's only fitting that we talk about it now because season 2 is right around the corner.
It is. It's like 2 weeks out, right?
Mm-hmm. It was supposed to come out in April, but it got pushed back.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
But here we are now. So, I watched ReZero, I think back in late 2017 or 2018. So I watched it a while ago.
Yeah, and you had been recommending to me this show for a pretty decent amount of time, and I was like, okay, fucking fine. And then I finally did watch it, and I really, really, really liked it. So I'm glad I finally caved because it was great. But what I didn't know until recently is that the show came out in 2016, and it was like huge back then. Apparently.
Yeah, it was pretty damn popular. The debate of best girl and ReZero has been an ongoing debate for a while now.
Yeah, although I don't think there's much of a debate.
There shouldn't be, but there is.
There shouldn't be. Yeah, I really couldn't believe it passed me by because back in 2016 I didn't really watch anime, but you know, I would have thought I would have at least like heard of it. But
he was too cool for it back then.
Yeah, I was above it.
He was getting laid and all that stuff, you know. He was drinking booze.
Thankfully, it's been about a year since I've had sex, so I can comfortably watch anime. It's pretty nice.
It's not too bad. Not too bad. But yeah. So he finally got around to watching it.
Yeah.
And he liked it.
I did really like it. I really liked it. So, should we peel back the curtain? Should we let them in on a little secret about how this is the second try recording this?
Yeah, we may as well. We attempted to do this before, and we had some good discussion in the beginning, but then it ended up being 2 hours of us just giving a plot synopsis.
Yeah, we recorded for 2 hours, and it had like 3/4 of it was us just recapping 25 episodes, and so we were just like, fuck that, that's boring. So
yeah, we'll be doing a little bit of recapping, but only of major things. We were literally going into detail on every episode.
Every episode from beginning to end. It was weird. Couldn't help it. It's like we were doing the podcast.
Pretty much, yeah. We treated it like the podcast, but I don't know. I mean, that could be kind of fun.
Maybe.
Doing like No Girls Allowed anime edition.
That might be fun. We'll have to come up with some...
Dylan wouldn't be caught dead watching anime.
No, of course not. But pretty soon here we won't have to worry about that.
That's true. That's true.
That's gonna be sad when he has to leave.
We gotta try to make it work.
Oh yeah, it's up to him really.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It really is. But yeah, anyways. In case you didn't know, he's when he's not stuck at home due to a pandemic, he's actually quite the busy boy in New York.
Yeah, he lives in NY rather than the small shithead town that he lives in now, that Christian also lives in. Oh, actually, they live in pretty close proximity. And then I live in Big Boy Village, Seattle.
That's right. So now you guys know where to find Harper.
Mm-hmm. You can triangulate my location. Dude, for like 5 minutes so far, I've said my full name and where I live. I just realized.
Everything's going to plan.
Fuck you, you doxing me. You coaxed me.
Yeah, I'm not okay. I don't think anyone can dox you more than you doxed yourself.
No,
when
I'm
you
not
put
telling
your
that story. No, don't. Okay, fine. You can tell that story.
All right. This was what was it like 2014?
I was like 2016, man.
20. Oh dear.
I was far too
Basically,
old.
it was back when Google Plus was a thing. If anybody remembers that horrible idea that they attempted.
It's the YouTube channels that they have now. It was
Well, like
it
it was your Google Plus banner was the same as a YouTube channel banner.
Oh really? Oh okay.
If you had like your accounts like as the same account.
I guess so. Whenever they implemented the thing where like you can only have like a little banner at the top. Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Rather than,
I
like,
just
the whole side thing.
Yeah, I remember you showing it me with like your Google Plus thing. That's how I remember it. But yeah, it was on your YouTube as well. But basically, Harper put his YouTube banner. He took a picture of his social security card and said that is his banner for what, at least a year, right?
It was probably up there for a year, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's one of the dumbest things I ever. I like that could have fucked me.
It's so funny though.
I just like what I just thought it'd be funny. I was like, this would be funny. What if, you know? And I didn't upload anything. I don't have any like audience, so who gives a shit? That was my mindset. Now in hindsight, it's like literally if I'd gotten, there's probably like many alternate universes where my social security card was stolen and I would have been in fucking hot water. Oh well. Thankfully that universe isn't this one.
Yeah, we pay respects to the other up to the alternate universes where Harper did get fucked over.
Yeah, and speaking of alternate universes, that has a lot to do with ReZero.
That's right. Perfect segue.
I agree.
Because ReZero is by no means the first isekai anime. By no means.
It's probably the best one I've seen though.
I would have to agree.
I haven't seen
I would have to agree with that one.
I know that they're like overpopulated, like they're super fucking prevalent, but I've never really watched them
right
yet.
now.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I get why. It's a really appealing concept.
It is. I won't lie. I would be pretty excited if I woke up in a medieval fantasy world. You know,
So.
even if I ended up in Subaru's shoes, I would. His super shoes. I would. I mean, okay, it would suck because of everything that happens, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But I think I'd still do it because at least it'd be exciting.
I probably would do it too if you gave me the choice.
Although probably after shit hits the fan once, we'd probably be like,
This is a mistake.
but it's too late.
Too late. Yeah.
Can't go back.
That's something about this show. I guess we're getting into discussion about it, but I was thinking about it. The point of an isekai usually, at least to my knowledge, to my understanding, is to get back to the real world. But that's not even like slightly a concern. They don't even talk about the real world. Like the only
Not
mention
really.
of the real world in this, there's that little tiny moment at the beginning, and then like he makes jokes about how like, oh fuck, I'm the debuffer when he learns what class he is in terms of mage. Like he just like references video games and stuff. There's no part of him is like, I gotta get back to see my friends and family. I guess because he doesn't have friends. But yeah, which is cool.
He just doesn't give a shit. He's like, yeah, you know what? I'm done with that normal life.
Yeah, it's really funny. Like he literally just doesn't care. That's not the. I don't even know. Like, what is the end goal of this show?
Yeah, I have no clue. Cause so the show begins, and by the way, spoilers, in case you didn't already know, but the show is like 4 years old and is immensely popular. So.
Yeah, I have managed to avoid spoilers. But yeah, if you haven't seen every episode of the anime, don't listen to this. Just don't, because we'll be ruining it.
We thank you for watching up to this point. But yeah, so getting into spoilers. So the show begins with Subaru. He's just like getting some snacks, and then he closes his eyes and opens them up, and then boom, he's in a medieval fantasy world, and he accepts it immediately.
It's so cool. It's so like I feel like that's exactly what would happen. Like, cause he's just some dude who watches anime and plays games where this happens. So he's like, oh fuck yeah, I always wanted this to happen to me. It's cool.
Yeah, and he kind of walks around in the world. What is the country called?
Lagunica,
something like that. Lugisina, something like that.
So I always remember it because it's really similar to a name of a character from Final Fantasy VIII, and the guy who wrote this seems like a gamer, so I always wonder if it's a reference to that. But anyway,
it could be. Beats me. But I never played that game.
It's all right. Anyway.
So Subaru, he walks around. It's a world of like, instead of horses, they have ground dragons, which are basically just lizard horses, and there's demi-humans.
Demi-humans. Is that like a term, or is that made up for this? Because I never heard that before. But he just like says it, and everyone says it. Like they don't explain what they are.
It has to be an existing term.
Okay, because it's like half human, half animal people. That's all it is.
Basically, yeah.
Which I don't know what those would be called. Besides demi-humans, so.
Yeah, pretty much. There's also like lizard people, actual lizard people for you conspiracy theorists out there. They exist in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just your general basic fantasy world, and it looks like a pretty fun, poppin' place to be. He finds out very quickly he's in like the capital of this country, so it's very populated.
Pretty jumping, baby. Just a pretty fucking stock standard, like anime fantasy world that gets plopped into at the start, at least.
Yeah, exactly. It starts off as looking like a pretty awesome place to be, and he just kind of walks around. But he soon finds out that he can't understand any of the writing because it's a whole new language. Although conveniently, everyone speaks the same language, so he can still communicate.
It's a little weird, but okay.
But he can't read or write. He can't understand any of that, and he quickly finds out that he doesn't have any. He doesn't have protagonist status yet, as he says himself.
Yeah, it's so funny. Wait, we're slipping into the summary shit again, though.
Well, kind of. That's because we gotta set up what it is. So
okay.
So like he just explores. He gets mugged by some dudes, and then this girl runs by, and
like
this
almost
girl,
naked 14-year-old, like an anime would do.
She's 15.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It's cool.
Yeah. Nearly naked girl runs by, and then another girl is chasing that girl because he stole something from her, and that girl, where she's got pointy ears and silver hair.
Yes.
She's basically like, okay, and she's like, I should chase after that girl, but she helps Subaru out and saves him from being his ass kicked because he was getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
He was kicking some ass in the beginning, but then he got his ass kicked.
Then they pulled knives on him and he was like, oh shit.
Yeah, they literally kicked him in the face. But so she stops and helps him and heals him and makes sure he's okay, and then he accompanies her because he's like, she's gorgeous, and he wants to help her out because she helped him out, but it's mainly just because she's cute.
Yes. And then,
so they go on some adventures trying to
get her emblem back that the 15-year-old stole. And then that's kind of like she's like the main. Well, she's one of the main female leads, like female love interests. This elf girl.
Yeah, she's an elf girl, and she introduces herself as Satella.
Yeah, pretty saucy, dude. You can tell something's fucky with that name. You can tell it's a fake name.
Because Satella has a little cat creature, is like a spirit, it's like her spirit protector or whatever. I don't really know exactly what he is.
It's pretty unclear, man. Even I'm reading the web novel now after the show, and like they don't. I'm sure it'll eventually be explained, but he's just like with her. Yeah,
they don't really like. They don't. So she has like a little. I don't want to say pet, but basically a pet named Puck. And he's a little cat creature. He uses magic and allows Satella to use magic.
Yeah.
Ice magic seems to be the specialty of them.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who have ice magic in this show.
Seems like it.
I think Rem does, right?
She uses like Rem and Ram use wind. As, like,
Oh,
the
right,
main
right,
magic.
right.
So there's like elemental magic and shit like that.
That's right, yeah.
It's traditional fantasy world.
Yeah.
But Puck is basically, yeah, they don't really explain what he is exactly. He's a spirit, but he's like, there's something special about him as we find out as the show goes on.
As the show goes on, he does some pretty fucked up stuff.
Stuff. Double stuff. I always thought the Oreos were called double snuff instead of double stuff. And I didn't learn until just a little while ago that snuff is a porn thing.
It's not. Is it porn? I mean, I guess it is. It's just like porn where someone gets fucking offed, right? Like they get killed.
I thought it was like suffocation porn.
I think snuff film. I don't think it has to be porn. I think it's just you watch a video of someone getting fucking killed. I think that's all it is.
Oh. Well, I learned something new.
Which you could definitely classify this show as a snuff film at many points.
Indeed, you really could. Jeez, this show gets rough. But
it's fucking bad.
So they continue on with their adventures, and then it's like really late at night. They get to this house where they think the emblem is gonna be. Subaru's like, I'm gonna be cool. He goes in and he gets fucking cut in half, basically. And then Satella walks in and she gets cut in half.
Yep.
Dies immediately.
They're both dead.
And then the show ends.
And that's the end.
It was just a 1-episode show. Pretty good though.
How did we take 2 hours to summarize that? What the fuck were we doing?
I don't know. We were just going like really in detail.
Really, every fucking word we spoke of for like probably 10 minutes.
We were talking about all the brick textures and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Those fucking bricks. God, what a fun conversation that was. Too bad it'll never be released.
That's right. So it even deleted off my computer.
I fucking completely erased all data and also all the memory of that. I can't remember what word that was said. Yeah. Anyway, jokes aside, fucking pretty funny jokes. Just kidding.
We were just kidding you. The show continues.
It's Groundhog's Day. This is the other aspect of this. It's like a double gimmick. It's like, it's an isekai. Plus, he can go back in time every time he dies to certain save points that are not really defined what they are.
Yeah, there's no way of knowing exactly what will be a save point because Subaru, his save point right now is in front of an Appa salesman. Not an Apple salesman, an Appa salesman.
An Appa salesman. Isn't that what fucking... That's what like Aang and them ride on, right?
Yeah. He's selling mini sky bisons.
I didn't even put that together until just now.
But because the Subaru doesn't quite understand what's going on yet. He's like, okay, something is up, but I don't really know what.
Yeah.
So So I think in this loop, he runs like straight back to the loot house, right?
Dude, we're literally summarizing it again.
So he runs back to the...
No!
Wait, hold on a second. My phone is playing Unravel.
Unravel? What's that?
The Tokyo Ghoul song.
Oh, the main
Tokyo
theme?
Ghoul opening, yeah.
What the fuck? I was just like thinking about that song today. That's so weird.
Like I literally, as I went silent for comedic effect, I heard that and I was like, wait a second. It's playing through my earbuds in my phone. So to avoid just recapping, which is, I don't know why recapping's fun. I think that's why we do it.
Yeah, but I think it is pretty fun, but it's just like, I don't know. There's no value to that. Anyway.
So basically, Subaru goes back and gets killed, but this time he sees who kills him, and it's a girl named Elsa.
Mm-hmm.
Her subtitle is the Bowel Hunter.
Is that what it is? The Bowel Hunter?
The Bowel Hunter, because she always cuts her victims open.
Right in the abdomen.
Right in the abdomen. So he tries to he has a cell phone, so he tries to negotiate for the pendant back from Felt, who is the 15-year-old girl who's nearly naked, and Old Man Rom.
Old Man Rom, I love that dude.
He tries to negotiate. He wins. Elsa kills everyone.
Another death. Another few deaths.
Because they find out that well, okay, they don't find out. The insignia is special because there's special political events going on in the world, and the girl that is taken from her, she loses it. The girl, Satella, she lost it or got stolen. And if she doesn't have it, then she gets withdrawn from her special thing. So she needs it back, and so Subaru gets killed trying to get it back. And then at this point, he's like, okay, something's really up. He like passes out because he literally just got his stomach cut open, and he's freaking out by it.
Mm.
And then the same girl, he sees the robbery happen, and the same girl, Satella, he calls out for her because he's like, yo, remember me? And everyone just stops and is saying, bro, what the fuck? That's fucked up. How could you call someone that? And Satella is super pissed and is like, how dare you call me that? Because it was a fake name.
It's a fake name to test him, to see if he would be a fucking racist like everyone else in this world.
That's right. And Subaru is not a racist. He's actually the perfect human.
He's actually the perfect human being because he's not racist.
Exactly. And then Subaru gets killed again in a dumb way. He gets accidentally stabbed in the back. And that's when he finally realizes he's in a time loop that activates when he dies.
Is that really when he finally understands what's fucking happening?
That's when he finally realizes that like his death triggers the groundhog. Because I'm rewatching it right now.
Yeah.
And I got up to Rem's backstory episode basically.
Oh yeah, Rem.
So I'm up to that point. So all this is very fresh in my mind. So yeah, it takes him dying 3 times total to finally realize for sure that he's in a time loop, and
it's gonna take some time to continue.
To realize that when I die, I get sent back in time.
Over your shoulder, you know that I told you you go back in time when you die.
So just die.
This sucks. It's not funny.
So yeah, so he finally realizes it, and then he makes plans to not die because it hurts.
It does hurt. That's a good. Okay. Speaking of the whole show, because like there's always moments when I'm like, why doesn't he just kill himself to get out of this situation? And it's like, because it fucking hurts. He doesn't want to die.
It's never a quick, painless death.
No.
Because like, there's no guns in this world. He can't just like put a bullet in his brain and it be done with nice and fast.
Just cyanide.
His death. Well, cyanide's actually really painful.
Oh really? Why do they always use
like,
that for like suicides and like by soldiers and stuff?
Because it's like guaranteed to kill you, and like once it's in, there's no way to like really save you from it.
Oh.
So it's like a guaranteed death. Yeah, like it literally like burns you from like the inside out.
Ugh. Fuck.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah, you don't. It's not a fun way to go.
Do you want to try it?
If we eat enough apple seeds, we could. There's cyanide in apple seeds. If we eat enough apple seeds, we could die.
Is that actually? Okay? Is that just like a kid's story, like a fucking, like an old wives' tale, that you die from eating apple seeds? Because I'm still scared of them.
It's not like an old wives' tale. It's true that there is cyanide in apple seeds, but it's of such a small quantity. You would have to eat like an entire bucket of apple seeds to actually like die.
You die? God, what a horrible way to go. You're just like, I can't stop eating these. They're so good. You fucking die.
They're just so delicious. Stop foaming at the mouth.
Didn't you hear the stories when you were a kid? Sorry, we did just spoil the end of the season right there by talking about someone dying from apple seeds.
That is actually how Subaru does die. Turns out because he calls it Return by Death, which is an odd name.
It is weird. Why would you think of it like that? Because I always think it's funny. I wish that he would just be like, oh, this is like Groundhog's Day. Like, I wish he would just been like, I have my Bill Murray powers. But I guess he never references that at all.
I mean, he's kind of like a Bill Murray character. He's very sporadic.
He's nothing like Bill Murray. Don't you dare.
In case you guys don't know, Harper absolutely loves Bill Murray.
He's my favorite actor. I
He's
love
a cool
Groundhog's
dude.
Day. God, I love Groundhog's Day. I'm gonna watch that shit.
I still need to watch that movie.
You should watch it.
I need to
It's so fucking
get around
cheesy.
to it.
Like, God, it's such a cheesy movie, but I'm so into it.
So essentially, yeah, Subaru is in Groundhog's Day, but not exactly, because he's not forced to live the same day again and again. It's just
That's true.
It's basically a video game. He's in a video game, but not, where he gets checkpoints, and if he dies before he reaches another checkpoint, he gets set all the way back, and he's the only one who remembers. Everyone forgets.
Yeah.
It's only him.
I guess that's true. It's not like Groundhog's Day really that much at all, because as long as he doesn't die, it doesn't, like, nothing will happen. If he just, like, settled down and lived a normal life, he could literally never have known about that power. Wait, what happens if he dies of old age? I wonder if they'll ever, like, say that. Like, maybe that's how it ends. He's like, Subaru, his hand being held by his loving wife and 15 children. I love you all. He closes his eyes, breathes his last breath, wakes up. You gonna stand there and buy something? That'd be crazy.
Oh, I would love that. You
That'd
could
be
set
fucked.
all the way back to the beginning.
He's like, oh shit. That'd be cool though. He'd be able to like beast everybody. He'd be like, I know everything about all you dumbasses.
That would be horrible though, because all the shit he has to go through, it all again.
That's true. Actually, you're right.
That would be, oh my god, dude.
I've had nightmares like that. I've had nightmares where I wake up and I'm like literally going to high school for like my first day of high school again, and I'm like, oh shit. But then I always think of it like it would suck to have to do it all again, but I would be king. Like if I had my brain in high school, I'd be like, oh wait, none of this matters, and all you guys are so fucking like everyone's like pissing their pants, scared and insecure, just like I am. But I think it's only me who feels that way. So I'm like, you guys are all stupid. You'd rule the school with your current brain.
Honestly, I would go back and like redo high school with my current brain. I think that'd be fun.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wonder. I probably would too, honestly.
I mean, okay, only if I could, like, only if like it was like you and me, and like if it was like all my immediate friends, like we all have like our brains, we can go back. That'd be a great time.
That would be awesome. Actually, you're right. If we like and like a bunch of other people that we know, maybe just like 5 or 6 people, all got that, we'd be like, dude, this is kind of sick. We literally.
I
Like,
know.
we could be like, we literally could. We know who's gonna win all the World Series. We could be rich. Why doesn't Subaru do that? Oh my God, he goes to the fucking Ground Dragon racetrack, the Laguna Derby, or whatever, Laguna Derby, and fucking like, oh, looks
fucking
like
NASCAR.
Looks like Lucky Lefty wins this race, fucking kills himself in the stands, comes back, he's like, hey, bet it all on Lucky Lefty. He's genius, dude. You could be fucking rich. Wait, what is the currency in this world? Do they ever say?
They never. It's like holy coins.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's holy coins. They do say.
Or like there's like different tiers of coins. Like I think like holy coins like high tier, and those like lower tier ones. But yeah.
Oh really?
It's fancy coins essentially.
Okay.
Gold and silver of some degree.
Not yen.
Yeah, no yen. He tries to pay with yen, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
You don't know what yen is, you fucking dumbasses?
They get really pissed off.
I mean, yen is probably made of metal. Like, it's made of, like, precious metals, right? Wouldn't it's something worth something.
I don't feel like it is.
Really? Well, coins here aren't they?
I don't think they'll consider, like, precious metals, especially now in, like, the ReZero world where they have fucking magic.
Yeah, but if they're just using silver coins, I mean, if Subaru is also using silver coins, but I don't know what yen's made of. Maybe it's made of, like, nickel or copper, and that's probably not worth anything.
Yeah, it's probably something like that. Plus, I mean, he's not rich. He just has, like, chump change.
Chump
wallet.
change. I love that term. Chump change. Fucking chump change. Only a chump would have this amount of money.
So I guess to kind of get back, so Subaru nearly gets mugged again, but he calls for help, and Reinhard comes in to play. He's a flaming red-haired knight who has a big sword, and he's the nicest guy.
I love him. I'm afraid he's gonna be evil, but I like him.
I know. Me too. I'm afraid like he's gonna like have to go against Subaru or something.
Oh, you know what? I bet that is where it's gonna go because he's like pretty much directly competing with him in the race for the throne.
Kind of, yeah. But we'll talk about that when that kind of
When we get
comes
to
up.
that. I mean, I don't know. Do we really need to stay with the structure of the show? Like, we could jump around.
I suppose you're right, but I do want to say one thing about Reinhardt that I really love is that the writer of the novels said if Reinhardt with his sword out, like with his like special sword drawn,
Yeah.
if he got into a fight with the sun, Reinhardt would win.
Damn. Oh, that guy.
So-
the author really likes that character he drew. He came up with.
Yeah, so Reinhardt is incredibly powerful. But only if he's like really powerful, but he's like 3 times as powerful if he actually draws his special sword,
Yeah.
which he never does.
He hasn't done that so far in the show or the web novels where I'm at.
Yeah, so he doesn't do that. But yeah, I guess we could jump around. Well, I guess we'll just like fast forward, like really fast forward to like the very first, to the next checkpoint. So Subaru goes to the loot house again. He does some shit. He manages to stave off Elsa's attack, and everyone survives. Reinhardt comes in and finishes everyone off. Well, he nearly kills Elsa, but she escapes.
She escapes somehow. She must be pretty powerful too. If she must be equally or a little bit more powerful as the sun, if she can escape.
if she can survive Reinhardt's onslaught,
Then she must be equal to the fucking solar sun.
so she gets away. Subaru gets wounded in the process, and he's all like, "I'm a badass," and he looks down, his stomach's cut open.
Yeah, he's like, I blocked the fucking move of this giant Elsa, as most powerful as the celestial sun. He looks down, his stomach's been sliced like 5 minutes ago. He didn't notice till now. It's pretty funny, I guess.
Yeah, he passes out, and Emilia's like, "Okay, I'll take him." Oh yeah, the white-haired girl's name is not Satella, it's Emilia.
Amelia, what a like normal ass white person name.
She's not even a white person; she's a half-elf.
Elves are all white.
I mean, I suppose you're not wrong, but I think there was a black elf in the Witcher Netflix series.
Oh, well, I stand corrected.
But yeah, anyways, so she's like, "Okay, I'll take him back to my place," and Reinhardt's like, because old man Aram got wounded, but
Aw.
in the fight with Elsa, and Felt was the one who ran away and actually got Reinhardt to save everyone's ass. And the little insignia they stole, because right now in the kingdom, the king is gone missing,
Yeah.
and his royal family is just not around. Like, they just are all gone. So it's a council of wise men running the joint, and they're trying to find a new ruler.
Mhm.
So they give out pendants to certain people, and if the pendant glows, I think if you hold it, it means you're
You're worthy.
worthy to be the leader. Because there's like this. Okay, so the world has a lot of backstory that I really hope gets fleshed out.
That's true. There definitely is a lot going on behind the scenes.
There's a whole political scene going on, social scene. There's like a bunch of like mystical lore. Essentially, like the royal family is connected to this like ancient dragon.
Yeah.
But since the king's gone missing, now people like, well, what does the dragon want? What's the dragon gonna do now?
He might kill
everyone's-
everybody.
Yeah, so everyone's really confused about what all that is. So Emilia is one of the people was chosen, and her insignia was stolen because Elsa, the people who hired Elsa don't want Emilia in the running.
Do we know who
for
hired her
some
yet?
reason. We have no clue.
Okay.
No clue at all. Because like that subplot isn't really brought up again for the rest of the show.
No, yeah, not across the first 3 arcs. It's not mentioned again, as far as I remember. You know who I think it is? I think
Yeah.
it was fucking Roswell.
Well, that doesn't make any sense because Roswell needs Emilia to win the throne, so he can. Because Roswell, okay, so all of the candidates, they're all girls, and Felt ends up, she's worthy too apparently, so Reinhardt essentially kidnaps her.
Pretty much. Pretty interestingly tight grip on that little girl you got there, Reinhardt.
And then he like he does like the hand wave, and she passes out.
Yep. And carries her off. Oh no.
He literally kidnaps her.
Jesus Christ. He kidnapped!
But he's such-
Oh my god.
But he's such a nice guy.
He made that kid nap, and that's how...
Oh my god.
I thought that's what you were saying.
That was a me level joke.
Oh, you're... Dude. Well, I thought it
Made
was
that
funny.
kid
You
nap.
made that kid nap. That was funny. Okay, give yourself some
I
credit.
mean, I like my own jokes, so yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he kidnaps her. And basically all the girls, they have like sponsors, like a royal family or just people of like high levels of power
Is
sponsor.
that true?
And
What about the What about like and like the red girl who makes Subaru lick her foot? Do they have sponsors?
they have like big families behind them, I believe.
Oh, that's like the equivalent. Oh yeah, because they're like already rich.
Yeah, they're like Crush is
Crush.
like a military girl. I have no clue how to say her
I don't
name
either.
because the Japanese people, I watch sub. I don't think they say it right.
And I watched dub, but I don't remember. It was something weird. It starts with the CRU.
Yeah, it's like Crush. It's probably Crush.
Crush. I always remember being like, okay, that name makes no sense and is weird, so that must be that green-haired girl. And it would like change. They'd say like different things. I don't know. But yes.
Yeah, she's basically a military girl.
And everyone seems to have like at least a partner, whether they're like better or worse than them. Like Amelia has Roswell. The red lady has that knight that you don't see his face. Apparently his face is fucked up. It was really cool. I really like that guy.
He only has one arm too.
Oh really? I didn't even notice that.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That makes
He's
me
a
even cooler.
badass.
I love him. Crush has Felix, whose name is Ferris in the show. I mean, in the web novel.
Oh, okay. I was like in the show. What? But they call him Felix. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's he'll leave you a little confused when you first see him.
Yeah. Well, you see him at first.
Subaru
and you're
himself.
Like, I saw him at first, and I was like, oh shit, that's a really because it's a guy, so he doesn't have any tatas. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow, that's a really tall like 4-year-old. How is she so underdeveloped? And then it turned out he was a guy, and I was like, oh, let's go. Then I was instantly attracted to him by like tenfold.
Let's do it. Felix is great.
I like Felix.
Felix.
He's such a
lot.
dickhead. I didn't expect when I saw that character design beforehand. First of all, I didn't expect it to be a guy. Second of all, I didn't. Oh, I actually did expect it to be a guy because you know that video of Plankton of like Subaru's like, they even have cute cat girls in this world, and then Felix is like, actually, I'm a boy, and Plankton's like, yes. It's so funny. I'll have to send you that. Have you seen that?
And I haven't.
Oh god, it's so funny. Remind me to send you that after this. But yeah, I knew it was a guy, but I didn't expect that character design that's so cute to be such a fucking little twerp.
I know, he's such a little prick.
He's such an asshole.
But I love him.
Yeah.
I still love him.
He's really nice.
He's great. He's very like sassy.
Yeah.
Everyone has essentially a partner. And for Amelia, it's Roswell.
Mm.
Roswell, for whatever reason, wants to kill the dragon. So he wants Amelia to get the throne so he can get access to the dragon.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
That's never explained.
Not yet.
Why he I'm sure it will be, but that just came out of nowhere. It's like he wants to kill the dragon. Well, what's the dragon all about? Like what's all?
That Roswell dude, there's so much mystery surrounding him. I don't know what the fuck he's about.
He is such a weird character.
All I know is I don't like him. I don't trust him. I hope he dies.
I don't trust him. I do like him though.
What?
I like him because he's goofy.
He's goofy in a
but
dumb
also
way.
he's goofy in a dumb way, but he could also kill you in a second.
Yeah.
He's insanely powerful with magic.
He's the most powerful character, like out of the main squad. He's not really part of the main squad though.
No, of the main mansion people.
Yeah, the people like in
He's
Amelia's
like the
camp.
most powerful. Yeah, he's the most powerful there.
And then Subaru's like the fucking ant compared to him.
Yeah, but when Subaru and Roswell first meet, Subaru pats him on the back and is like, "You guys get a clown to perform before dinner?"
Fucking Subaru, what a dumbass. Everyone on Earth knew that was the fucking ruler of the mansion.
But
Except
Subaru
him.
didn't, cause
I was watching that like, Subaru, what the fuck are you thinking, dude?
yeah, cause I guess Subaru, I guess he He's really smart, but he's really dumb at the same time.
Yeah, that's really apt way to put it. Like he's like, especially the web novel when you can see his thoughts. He's super fucking like intelligent and calculated and just like downright like fucking genius level sometimes. But then other times he's just so emotional. He lets his feelings like run amok all the time. So he does some dumbass shit. I think that's kind of gonna be his arc. Is like he learns to control his outbursts, so he can make use of his massive gray thinker brain in his head.
I hope so. So Subaru reaches the mansion, and that's where we're introduced to the main cast of characters that will be present throughout the show, which is Emilia and Puck, Roswell, although he's not like a main character, but he's like, he's there.
He's pretty.
And then, yeah, he's important, but just like not yet, I guess you could say. And then there was
Beatrice.
Beatrice, or Becco.
Becco, yeah. That's what Subaru calls her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, calls her. She's a lolly.
She's as lolly as it comes. Subaru even calls her that in the show. The first time I heard that, I was like,
and
oh,
she
that's
gets
funny.
angry. She gets angry at him because she doesn't know what it means. I love Beatrice.
She's all right. I don't really like her.
I really like her. I think I like her and Subaru's dynamic.
I think it's kind of getting old, but she's all right. There's a scene. Wow, what am I trying to say? Oh, there's a scene later in the web novel, like after the show, where someone asks Subaru if he's attracted to her, and he's like, "No, I don't swing that way. I'm not attracted to children."
So Subaru's a good man.
Yeah, I wasn't sure until he said that. Then I was like, "All right, he's in the clear."
So yeah, there's Beatrice, and then there's the two maids, Rem and Ram.
Here we go.
You want to talk about Rem and Ram?
I'll talk.
Although I've heard some people pronounce her name as Rom.
Rom? No, in the dub it's Ram. They say Ram.
That's what I think too.
I think that makes more sense. Okay, I can talk about Ram. Ram.
Rum.
I'll talk about Rum. I'll talk about Ram first because there's less to say. Ram is just like a kind of stereotypical. She's not even really like she is tsundere, but not really because she never really like it. She seems to genuinely not like Subaru that much. She's kind of fucks with him, but she helps him. She looks out for him. She's nice. She's cool. She's a dickhead, but she's nice to him. And that's kind of all it really is. She's got some weirdo shit going on. I like Ram. She's definitely likable, but she falls by the wayside because of her twin sister, who is pretty much Ram, but like good at everything. Like she's better at house cleaning and she's better at fucking fighting. She's bigger tits. In every way, she's superior.
And she's got the better colored hair.
I think Ram's hair is better.
I like blue more than pink for hair.
Oh yeah, that's something. They say Ram's hair is red, and I don't know who fucked up in the coloring department and was like, oh, I think it should that's not red. They got the hexadecimal code wrong for the fucking color because that's not red at all.
That shit is bubblegum pink.
Yeah.
Her hair looks like a gumdrop.
Absolutely.
That you could just go
fucking strawberry shortcake.
For real. Maybe in like the web novel, everyone actually has like normal colored hair for the most part.
No.
Is it still like everything's still like really wild?
Yeah.
Because I've not read the light novel or the web novel or anything like that. I'm an anime only so far.
I guess I should have said this at the beginning. I'm just picking up where the anime's left off because I luckily did not. I wouldn't have had to wait 4 fucking years like everyone else did, but I still can't wait the 2 weeks I have to wait. So I started reading the web novel, and yeah, they mentioned Rem's hair is like sky blue. Ram's hair is like red. So yeah.
Okay, so it's still fucking.
Yeah, it's still. And there's actually in the light novels there's actually illustrations of all the characters. The web novel not,
Ooh.
but in the light novel there's like 1-page comics and stuff you can see of all the characters sometimes. and like little character bios with their pictures of them, and the designs are spot on to the anime. So I think it's pretty cool actually. Subaru looks fucking scary though.
Well, I mean, they often describe him as having a scary looking
Yeah,
face.
there's actually. I wish I could remember the word. Did you ever get around to reading the side story that happens between arc, like the end of the anime and the beginning of the arc 4? Because the anime ends with arc 3. Did you read that thing I sent you?
No.
Okay, so what it is, I'll try not to spoil it too much. It's not really that, like, it's not important. It's just a side story, but it's pretty much like, what if Subaru and Rem ran away in episode 18? What would happen? And they say they have a kid, and they say that his son has the same eyes he does, and it makes him look like a serial killer, and everyone like makes fun of him for it. And there's like a Japanese word for it. It's called like, fuck, what is it? I can't remember. It's like Paizuri or something like that.
And also, they should also say in this side story, Rem verbatim says to Subaru, "We have to wait for tonight to monopolize my breasts."
Dude, it's fucking hot, dude. Like they're talking about how like when Subaru and her like finally found a house and settled down, he had youthful stamina and stuff. Yeah, they were fucking dude. They definitely make sure to mention that they've had sex. It's
Hell
pretty fucking
yeah!
dope. I cannot believe what I was reading. I really did. I genuinely recommend you read it. It's like 5 or 6 pages. It's not that long a read. It's just cute. It's everything I want.
Oh, I know. Cause,
Do you want to?
I guess since the main cast has been displayed, we have to talk about the biggest
The debate.
issue
Yeah.
with the show.
Christian,
Which
you
is-
warned me about this. You the big selling point, or not selling point, but the bait you lured in front of me was like, there's a war, there's a great debate, and you didn't tell me what it was.
There
You
is.
didn't tell me what the two sides were, or what it had to deal with. But I kind of had an idea it would be like waifu stuff. I thought it was going to be who was better between Rem and Ram when I saw them, but I was sorely mistaken, because what I think is the driving force of the show and what makes it so memorable is the love triangle between Subaru, Emilia, and Rem. We didn't really mention, but Subaru finds Emilia first loop pretty much, and like instantly falls in love, like to a ridiculous degree, which after some reflecting, we go on.
I personally hate that trope of love at first sight and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, I know there's more to it than that, because like she did save him and heal him, and she is. I mean, Emilia is a genuinely good person.
yeah, really great person, and she's like really cute.
Yeah.
So, and you know,
she's got breasts to be monopolized too.
yeah. Rem doesn't have the monopoly on breasts. And, you know, Subaru's like a 17-year-old shut-in who has no friends, so when I was that age, I might have seen a half-elf who saved me from being killed in the back alley and been like, I will do anything. I will die for this person. I might have done it. But still, it's a little like, oh man. The debate, alright. Enough dancing around the topic.
The big
Rem
debate:
versus Emilia.
who is the best girl between Rem and Emilia? What team do you fall
What
on?
team do I fall on? Well,
I kept this secret from Harper.
yeah. I didn't know until our first recording. It's a little bit of a shame that we're not going to use that, because I wasn't sure what side he was on. And you fucking toyed with me. I thought you were gonna. I'm fully Team Rem, much like everyone else in the entire world. I'm Team Rem. It's not even a debate at this point in the show. Like, it's Rem. You have to be on Team Rem, or else I don't think you deserve to exist.
You sound just like the Twitter comments.
Well, they're all spot on.
Dude, it's insane how personally people take this debate. Like, people take this debate to a legitimately, like, all jokes aside, unhealthy level.
Absolutely.
But it's so entertaining to watch.
And I'm right there with him.
I would kill a team if someone came up to me and said, "I'm Team Amelia." I would kill them on the
I would.
with my headphones.
I would. I'd fucking kill. I'd take my headphones, go run behind him, and choke them with them. I would, because it's like, it's a question of morality. It's a question of what you look for in people and who, like, how good of a person you are. How could you possibly watch the show and see what Amelia does for Subaru, and then see what Rem does for Subaru, and be like, no, yeah, you should probably go with Amelia. Like, what? How could you have that brain function? You can't have that brain function unless you have, like, synapses missing. Unless you have worms in your brain.
You got a wormy brain. Well, explain exactly, because this is like the meat and potatoes of this entire show.
Really, it is. It's the driving force.
Explain why Rem is so much better than Amelia, with all spoilers on the table.
Okay, yeah. Spoiler alert. No holds barred. All cards on the table. Because Rem does stuff for Subaru. Like, she saves his life 1,000,000 times. She does already love him. Like, she confesses her love to him twice. She thinks she only did it once, but because of the looping thing, Subaru's heard her say she loves him, like, twice. He gets his ass almost killed, like, 3 separate times, and all 3 of these times, Rem comes and fucking saves him. Like, it's... So if you want to look at it from, like, oh, what have they done? Like, feats, actual actions, clearly Rem wins there. In terms of design, personality, character, I think Rem wins that handily too. That's a little more, I can see why you might fall on either side of the debate. Because Amelia's a really nice girl. She's cool. But Rem's fucking dope, dude. She's, like, so competent. She's a fucking demonic horn. She's probably a better fighter than Amelia.
Oh, I'm definitely a better... Amelia relies on Puck to get shit done.
That's true. It's just, like, in every way you could possibly come up with, Rem is, like, obviously the right choice. In terms of appearance, I prefer Rem's design. In terms of personality, Rem just feels more, like, cool and in-depth and then, like, real. She's also kind of mean sometimes, like, kind of frank, which I like that more than, like, the overly nice Amelia. In terms of what she's done for Subaru, she wins. In terms of everything.
Rem definitely suffered more for Subaru than Amelia ever did.
No fucking doubt. The only way in which Amelia suffered because of Subaru is when he fucking embarrasses them both in front of the entire Jedi Council or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, in front of the entire country. But that's just some physical... That's just, like, some embarrassment. That's not... Because, okay, we have to talk about episode... was that 17?
Which one?
Before the one where they just talk? The one with the very hard to watch what happens to Rem?
Oh, that's episode 15.
That's 15?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was, like, another loop between there. All right.
I don't remember what
So
happens.
in episode 15... So, okay, it gets to a point where Subaru makes a big fool of himself and gets his ass handed to him in a duel against another knight because he's called himself Amelia's knight and is...
Yeah.
Basically, he was just being a big dick.
Being a
And then he
dumbass.
was like, he was like, Amelia, you owe me, because she kind of does. He's gone through a lot to help her.
Yeah, but
she has no clue.
She doesn't know that. He's just being a dumb.
Yeah.
He's being a fucking prick. He's being an asshole. Just an unlikable character.
Yeah. Yeah, in the middle of the show, he's a very unlikable character.
Yeah. But, like, it works. I don't mean to say I don't like Subaru, because I really do. In fact, this whole, like, arc where he's kind of an asshole probably only made me like him more. But anyway, go on.
It makes him a much more realistic character, because it's like he's not just perfect and always knows what to say and what to do, what to feel. He gets mad and sad and all this other shit.
Yeah. And says dumb shit because he thinks he's in love.
Yeah, so he says some shit, some pretty hurtful shit.
Yeah.
And then Amelia's like, well, fine, I'm done with you. And she walks out. She's like, I'm going to do you a favor and just get out of your life. So then you don't owe me anything anymore. And she leaves him. And he's stuck with Rem.
Oh, that sucks. Stuck with Rem. What a terrible fate.
Yeah. Absolutely horrible. Because in the night duel, he hurt himself trying to use magic.
Yeah.
Because he's not a magic user, so he had to go to Krush's house for Felix's special healing aid to heal his gate, which is what people in that world use to do magic.
Mm-hmm.
And since he's not a magic user, because he's from our world, it was really weak, and then he hurt himself trying to do a dick move in the duel.
What kind of gate would you want?
Probably Picket.
I would say golden. That was... dude, we're on fire, dude.
You were... Pog! So yeah, so Subaru, he's hanging out with Rem, and he's still being a dick.
Mm-hmm.
And, some shit happens, and basically, he gets back to the mansion after Rem leaves him. Because, the witch's cult attacks. Because... the whole thing with Amelia's character is that she looks just like Satella, the Witch of Envy, who was the super evil, powerful witch long, long ago, who got, she sounds like a Zelda character, because she got sealed away by a dragon, a hero, and a sage. That sounds like a Zelda plot.
That's Zelda as fuck.
So she's Vati. She's Vati from Minish Cap.
Dude, what if she comes out? It's like the music starts playing. It's like, she's like, you might know me by another name. She fucking turns into a giant fucking swine.
No, I was gonna say better. Yeah, she turns around and her nose is just twice as long and her hair is red. It's like, call me Ganondorf.
What the fuck? That'd be so funny. She turns around. It's like fucking female, feminine figure. Turns around, has Ganondorf's fucking ugly mug. It's me, Ganondorf.
Ganondorf. And then she turns into a boar.
In like 1 second.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Dude, that's what this whole show's building up to. Some fucking crossover with Zelda. It'd be so funny.
I would love that.
I wouldn't hate it.
That would be so cool. And it's like because okay, one thing about the show is that it's beautifully animated. It's a very pretty show, in my opinion.
I guess.
The animation's
for an anime.
the animation's pretty good quality.
I guess the animation's okay.
But I just imagine like it's like the good animation quality for her, and then she turns around and it's like the shitty N64 Ganondorf.
Like 3D model.
3D model. It literally is like her whole head is just replaced with Ganondorf's N64 head, and you just hear
Oh! Throws fucking energy blast to Subaru. He hits it back with his bottle. She has like cardboard hands. The fingers don't separate.
Yes. He fucking roundhouse kicks her the energy balls back.
Oh! I'm trying to think. What does Ganondorf sound like in Ocarina of Time? He's like that. He's that one funny laugh. It's like.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
Yeah. Fuck.
Ganondorf is not intimidating at all in Ocarina of Time.
It's impossible. I'm sure when that game came out, he was kind of scary, but nah.
Well, I mean, he's scary in his Ganon form, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree with that because they kind of obscure him, so you can't see how shitty he looks. He's fucking scary as hell in Wind Waker.
He's cool in Wind Waker. He's such a cool character
I love
in Wind Waker.
What
Okay,
are we talking about?
we can't talk about Zelda, but so Satella's Ganondorf. But in actuality, she was basically just like Hitler. She like killed all the other witches and became like the one witch.
Yeah, using the
and was just really using her. She collected the entire Triforce and made the sacred realm into the dark world.
Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, she like wiped out like half the population. She was bad. She was bad potatoes. You know, there was some bad stuff going on with her, and they managed to like seal her, but they couldn't like destroy her body. And Emilia looks exactly like how Satella looked. She was a half elf with long silver hair.
Yeah, the legends say that's how Satella looked.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's like.
Also because, and this is actually something from the ReZero OVA, the Frozen Bonds OVA, which goes into Puck and Emilia's backstory a bit. But I think there was like a big war between humans and elves, and the elves lost, and all got like frozen.
Oh shit! I was wondering where all the other elves were.
Yeah, but Emilia being half elf, and I think there's probably some. I think she does have a tie to the witch that she just doesn't know yet.
Yeah, that seems pretty obvious. Because when the witch comes, you hear the witch speak for like 1 second, and I swear it's the same voice.
Yeah. So Emilia was like the only elf to get unfrozen because she's a half elf and special and stuff, and then she finds a way to, you know, the show and stuff. But
damn.
I think Emilia is the physical body of Satella, but it's like a completely different soul in it.
But the soul's gone.
So yeah, so it's not Satella, because what the witch's cult wants, and the reason why they attack, is because they want to use Satella to resurrect the witch. I mean, they want to use Emilia to resurrect Satella, the witch. They want to get her back.
That's right. Because I remember that's some fucking Paper Mario shit. Some Thousand Year Door shit. Spoilers.
Yeah, instead of Peach, it's Emilia.
It's Emilia the half elf. Dude, what if?
I'm sure they could settle for Princess Peach though.
I wish you'd played Thousand Year Door so I could make like a Paper Mario joke right now.
Sorry, dude.
You should fucking play that. I can make you play that on the podcast when it comes back around to my turn.
Oh Jesus, that's a long ass game.
It's not that. Yeah, it's pretty long.
I mean, I'll play it one day. Have no fear.
Yeah, as soon as we're done with Corpse Party.
So Subaru, he goes back to the mansion, and everyone is slaughtered horrifically. Like Rem's head's crushed in.
Ugh.
Ram has been like cut open. Even like the village children that Subaru like befriended in the earlier arcs, they die.
Everyone's fucking dead.
Or they're all dead. Also, we forgot to mention when you were talking about Rem. Although we're actually still on that topic. Like that is like the base root of this conversation started with that.
We're discussing
Rem does kill Subaru twice.
Oh yeah, which is hot.
We can't forget that she does kill Subaru twice because she's suspicious of him.
Out of love for her sister.
That is true. She didn't do it because she actually hated him. She just viewed him as a threat. So she fucking chopped his leg off and chopped his arm off and smashed his head in and stuff. Which I gotta say, I that was one of the more recent episodes I watched, and I love the one where she slowly kills him instead of just like immediately killing him the first time.
You mean like
where she like chops his leg off and then like cuts his throat?
Yeah.
When he's he's crying. I love the next episode when he freaks the fuck out when he sees her.
It's so like
he's like
real.
terrified.
And then she's like, why is she screaming? It's so like it's such an interesting moment. It really like drives home the like what I feel. It feels so human because like what if you were in that situation? You'd be like, holy, like you would never. It's crazy he's as comfortable around her as he is, because that's fucked. It's so traumatizing.
She did kill him twice, and Emilia, granted for the Emilia fans, she has never killed Subaru directly.
No, she never said, or she never like literally killed Subaru. He's died because of her or for her, but she never did it herself, and Rem did that twice and probably would have done it forever if he didn't like put a stop to it.
Yeah, if he didn't find out how to gain her trust.
Yeah, which was through Rem's sister, of course.
And Emilia did help.
Oh yeah, that's true.
With that.
Oh yeah, that's right, because she like vouches for him. Okay, so I was thinking, I want to talk about this. Why does Subaru? I need to rewatch, but why does Subaru kill himself for Rem?
So the reasoning is because in the very first loop of the mansion, he dies to a curse.
Yeah. By
accident. He doesn't die. She doesn't kill him. He dies to a curse. And in that time, like Rem and Ram, he got to know them pretty well. Like they had a good relationship in the first loop. He died by accident essentially, not on purpose. Like I think they trusted him in the first loop because they saw how incompetent he was, and they were like, yeah, he's not a threat. He can't do shit.
Yeah.
And like Rem was like just being nice to him, and like Ram was teaching him how to like read and write. And then like the second loop of the mansion, like they're still nice to him, but then I think he just something about him, it just sends Rem off, and she kills.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next loop, he like pussies out and doesn't do anything, so they don't trust him at all.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the last loop, before he does finally get it right, he was having nightmares because in that loop where he is terrified of Rem and Ram because of what happened. That's when he tries to tell Emilia about the return by death. Because the kicker is that he can't tell people about it. Because when he does, he experiences an immense pain and fear.
Yeah.
It's like the witch like reaches out and like literally grabs his heart.
Mm-hmm.
So he is physically unable to tell people about his predicament.
Oh yeah, we should
And that
say.
he's
Have we said the
cursed.
reason why he's in this world, why he's there and has this power, is because of the witch, because of Satella.
Yeah, the witch. We don't know exactly what her plan is,
No.
but she needs Subaru for something,
Apparently he's pride.
and that's why. Yeah, like I think like he's very prideful because we'll talk about the witch's cult a little bit later and all that, but yeah, essentially he tries to tell Emilia and he can't, and he's having nightmares from A, being killed, and B, feeling that pain.
Ah, come
and
on.
Rem and Ram both they comfort him in the night. Like they stay up all night long to like hold his hands
Yeah.
so he can go back to sleep.
That's right. So he's like,
And he realizes that.
even while Rem thinks I might kill her fucking sister, she's still worried about me enough to hold my hand through the night while I was having nightmares.
And yeah, he basically realizes that like they're good people,
They care.
and he doesn't like they're good people, and he doesn't want to let them die. So he plunges himself. He does
Yeah.
a nose dive off a cliff.
Into some jaggy rocks. He's literally like, if I have the ability to prevent their death, to prevent Rem's death, like, I'd be a dickhead not to. Because she cared about me in this one small instance.
Mhm.
Even though she iced him
So-
twice.
He still is like, I'll do it, and so he kills himself and goes back, and then he does gain their trust through Ram and Emilia vouching for him, essentially. And then
What were we talking about?
I kind of forgot like what the main thing was.
We're
I
talking
think
about
we're
Rem.
talking about talking about
At
Rem.
15.
So yeah, him and Rem get very close. Rem they start getting close.
Yeah.
Rem has the hots for him because some stuff happens in the village. Kids get kidnapped by May beasts, which are like creations of the witch. They feast on people's mana if they bite you. That's what the curse was that killed him before. He saves a bunch of kids with Rem's help, and one of the kids actually was working with the May beasts.
Yeah, she hasn't come back yet, but yeah, she's evil. One of those little kids.
The girl with the braid. So that was I missed that detail in my first watch. I didn't really pick up on that, but
Yeah.
anyways, Rem is killing the May beast. Subaru, she goes like demon mode, kind of loses control. Subaru helps her, and then she realizes like, hey, he's a really good person, and she begins to fall for him, and that's where like their relationship starts. Really,
he sacrifices himself for her.
yeah,
Like,
and for her sister.
and it's like she's about to get fucking eaten by a bunch of dogs, and he jumps up and pushes her out of the way. And in the classic sacrifice where you push someone out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
the classic, and then he gets gnawed on by a bunch of dogs. He doesn't die in that loop, as far as I remember, but he comes.
No,
close.
he doesn't die, but he gets cursed, and there's too many curses to get removed, so he's going to die. And Rem is like, I'm not going to let him die, so she goes back out to kill all of the beasts, because if you kill the curse caster before it activates, you won't die.
Yeah, because
So she tries to kill all of the May beasts that bit him, but there's too many. She's losing control of her demon form. So Subaru and Ram team up and they save them, and then Roswell comes in and actually saves
yeah,
everyone.
he's the one who actually does anything. Well, they all
And
do
then,
stuff.
and you find out for Rem's, this is where you get Rem's backstory. And basically, Rem and Ram they're of the demon tribe. They're just a subclass. They're just people, basically, but they have demon horns and powers. And they're twins, and demon twins are not supposed to be allowed to live because they only have one horn.
Mm-hmm. Which makes them less powerful. My fucking voice keeps cracking. You hear this? You haven't been noticing?
Not really.
Never mind then.
But I will when I edit this now. I'll be looking for it.
Damn. No, I'm just kidding, man. Just don't even worry about that.
So it turns out though that Ram is actually she was very powerful despite only having one horn, and they were like, okay, we'll let you guys live. It's cool.
Yeah.
And Ram, her whole life was in Ram's shadow, and everyone was like, because Ram was not nearly as magically competent.
She was pretty confident, but not competent.
Not at the time, at least.
Yeah. Well, she's a little kid. She's just like normal. She's not like incompetent, but Ram is like a prodigy. So then Rem is like, well, if you're gonna be good at magic, I'm gonna be good at the next best thing, which is cooking and cleaning.
I'm gonna be the best damn 50s housewife I can be.
You can shoot fucking magic wind, and I can cook a fucking dope ass souffle.
These potatoes are gonna be the best damn things you've ever
you ain't
tasted.
never peeled a potato quite as well as Rem. That's all I'll say about that.
And Rem is like nightmares
Christian?
about. Oh, what's up? Can you hear me?
Hello?
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 You can hear me?
Yeah, kid.
Okay, it might be like. It is early in the morning. Discord gets a little buggy at the wee hours.
Is that
of
true?
The day.
Gets a little unstable due to all the ethereal energy outside.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, Rem is just always in Ram's shadow. But then, for whatever reason, the witch's cult attacks. And Rem is about to be killed, but then Ram saves her. But then Ram gets her horn chopped off. And basically loses I think she loses a bit of her power. And is unable to, like, become... And is unable to, like, learn anything
Yeah.
new.
She like, maintains all the shit she already knew. But she'll never, like, get any better. So she's always gonna be like the skill level of like a 6-year-old or however old that's like a prodigy. Like, imagine you're at good as tennis as like a dope ass 6-year-old would be at tennis. Like, holy shit, this 6-year-old is so fucking good at tennis, but you'd probably still beat their ass.
Yeah. So, and she also has very bad stamina. I think she doesn't have. I think she loses mana through her horn wound.
Yeah, I think that's what they said.
So I don't think she's able to. She's not able to like fight for long. So she's significant. So she loses her power essentially.
She just sucks. She's
becomes,
worthless.
Yeah, she becomes pretty damn weak. And Rem blames herself for it and is all like, "Oh, it's mine." She puts Ram on a pedestal, and Subaru gives her a pep talk. And is like, no, you're actually better than her in every way.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, it's true.
True.
But is that really the right thing to say in that situation? I guess it works.
I think it was. It helped. I think that gave Rem the confidence she needed.
Yeah. It seems a little fucked up,
So,
though.
it's a little fucked up, but, Subaru knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
So she basically begins to fall in love with Subaru. And then, so then we finally get to episode 15, where, in one of the loops, like, Subaru goes back to the mansion, everyone has been horribly butchered by the witch's cult, and he gets, like, frozen to death and dies because of Puck.
Because Puck gets fucking mad.
Well, I think that one, like, Puck, like, set a trap that Subaru just, like, accidentally walked into, and that's what killed him.
Doesn't Puck talk to him? Puck's like, you were too fucking late, Subaru. But I think you're right.
I think so, but that's the one where he just gets like frozen. He doesn't get like his head chopped off.
No.
That's like the next. That's the next
one. That's at 15. Yeah.
Yeah. So in this loop, Subaru willingly puts himself into like a comatose state because he's just like he basically just gives up.
He saw everyone he loves murdered all over the place. And then also like gets frozen.
It makes sense. I'm not saying, I would do anything different, but...
Yeah, well, that's just why he's pretty much a vegetable in this loop. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pretty defeated. So Rem is taking him back, and then they get attacked by the witch's cult, and they want him because Subaru also, because of his connection to the witch and his power, he smells like the witch. So I don't know if they like smell him and they're like, ooh, this guy's something special. So they kidnap him. He's got the perfume de witch, and
that's all it is.
So
they use like some cologne from back home that's just like happens to smell like the witch. That's all it is.
He just keeps putting it on. He's like, I don't know why everyone's so angry. He's just.
I guess the witch smells like Old Spice.
Nah, I bet the witch smells like Axe.
Fucking, that's probably so true. Stupid witch.
Subaru wakes up in a cave and he's still like, and then he runs into the.
Yeah, he says that. I remember that.
And then he runs into the witch's archbishop Sloth
from Goonies.
Peltigus. But also, I've heard it. I swear in the Japanese, in the sub, it's Beltigus.
It is. I was wrong in the last recording of this we did. I wasn't wrong. The wiki was wrong that I looked up. For some reason, there was a fucking P.
See, I was like Peltigus. That doesn't sound right. Yeah. I remember there being a B.
It's definitely a B sound.
Yes.
I was being a dumbass for trusting that damn wiki.
Yeah, it's Beltigus. Although I heard somebody call him Beetlejuice.
Well, that's how it's spelled. In the web novel, it's spelled Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, but yeah, he's Beltigus.
Because everyone, go on.
I was just saying, he's a creepy ass motherfucker.
Yeah, he really is. Everyone's named after stars. That's something that's pointed out pretty early on in Arc 4 in the web novel. Subaru is cool. Subaru apparently is I think it's Pleiades. I think that's the star. Pleiades. I don't know how to say it. And then like
Pilates. Oh, that's a good exercise. It really helps you tone up.
Is that how it's said? Anyway. And then yeah, Beetlejuice obviously, and then some future characters.
Ooh.
Also, we'll see. We'll figure it out.
We'll see.
A lot of people are named after stars.
Beltigus is taunting Subaru and is all like, you're so slothful, and he's making fun of him. And meanwhile, Rem has been slaughtering droves of witches' cult members to get to the cave.
Just fucking.
She's covered in blood. Most of it probably not her own.
I would wager probably 50-50. She gets pretty fucked up.
She does get pretty fucked up, but then she's about to, go save Subaru, and then she gets caught, and her body literally gets twisted. Like her arms get all like snapped around. Her spine gets like twist. She literally gets mangled alive.
Her neck is snapped. Like her head's facing the other direction, like an owl.
Because it turns out Beltigus has a magic power called like Hidden Fingers or something.
Yeah, some shit like that.
I forgot exactly what it was, but essentially he can summon hands that only him and Subaru can see.
I assume it's people connected to the witch because they seem like the purple witch hands. They look like the Floor Masters from Wind Waker. Have you seen them yet?
I haven't seen them. No. Oh wait, I have seen one in the Forsaken Fortress. I got nabbed.
Oh yeah,
by
yeah.
one.
Those things are fucking scary.
They're scary on Ocarina of Time, though.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, everything's scarier in Ocarina of Time, except Redeads. Redeads are actually scarier in Wind Waker.
Are they really? Because they're pretty damn terrifying in.
I would say that Wind Waker ones are worse. Time. But you haven't met them yet.
Ooh, I'll have to make my way over to them. Therefore, I was just trying to say another word besides so, and then.
I appreciate the need for variety.
Therefore. Yeah, that's a good one.
Thanks.
Beltigus mangles her and then just leaves her, and they just leave Subaru, and he's awake again.
Yeah,
he's pissed as hell.
He's like, I'm gonna kill you, you motherfucker. Oh, I just remembered something from the web novel that's not in the anime. I'll say that in a moment though. Continue.
Alright, so Rem is still alive, and she manages to crawl her way over despite being completely mangled and freeze.
God, it's so fucked, dude.
It's such a hard scene to watch.
She's like crippled. She's moving by like earthworming towards him. like dragging her body.
Yeah.
She doesn't live for much longer.
It's so hard to watch, especially if you really like her. Because by that point, like, I feel like she is pretty established as a really likable character by that point,
I think
for sure.
that is when she becomes super likable, is that episode. I think that's when, like, the nail in the coffin in the Amelia versus Rem debate. Well, that's when the final nail gets, like, placed, and then episode 18 kind of hammers it in. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty far, like, Rem is superior at this point, but then...
But then episode 18 also,
Yeah.
that nail, turns out it went through the board and it went into your foot, so...
There's still more of the track. She's already lapped Amelia once, but she's coming up on the second lap.
Yeah, she frees Subaru and then literally dies in his arms, telling him she loves him. And then he walks, and the most depressing OST begins to play as he walks back to the mansion, now covered in snow and dead bodies everywhere. And then you see Monster Puck come up and is like, "You fucked up, buddy."
It's too late.
And freezes him and chops his head off. And then the whole credits are just the snowy, like the snow just piling up on Subaru's corpse.
Yeah, it's just like not a still, but like the shot freezes. And it's just Subaru standing in front of Puck's giant silhouette, slowly getting piled over by snow as the credits roll and the song plays. It's a pretty powerful moment.
And then it wakes up with the next loop, and episode 18 happens. What is that? Yeah, episode 18 happens after that, right?
Well,
or is there one
that's
more
episode
loop?
15. I think there's one more loop. 16 and 17 happen. I think 16 and 17 are when
Is that when he loses her to the white whale?
no. Yes, it is. But then he tries to tell. That is what. Okay, so just real quick. Well, I really don't want to summarize it. I feel like if people are listening to this, they know what happens.
Yeah, basically there's a giant whale. If you die, something about the whale, if you die like a certain way to it or whatever, you get forgotten. And Subaru, in a haste to get back to the mansion, sends himself, Rem, and a carriage driver named Otto.
Yeah. Who actually is
Who's
a very important character going into the web.
He's a bit of a pussy ass bitch in this
He's a
first season
dickhead.
though, but
Absolutely.
Subaru leads them into the white whale, and Rem sacrifices herself to save
There's
Subaru,
no-
and Otto forgets because she died to the white whale, so she gets literally erased, like her own sister doesn't remember her anymore.
Yeah.
She gets erased from all existence. Only Subaru can remember her
fucked.
because of he's like outside of the loop.
Yeah, I wonder why only he can. Did they ever explain why he's free from forgetting about people?
Well, I think it might just be something to do with like the witch's power, but like there are other people who died to the white whale, but some people can still remember them. So I'm not sure exactly how it works.
Yeah.
Because a character we didn't mention, who was a badass, Krush has like a butler named Wilhelm, who lost his wife was a swordsmaster, and she died to the white whale. But he still remembers her, but doesn't really seem like anybody else like references her.
So you think?
I'm not
He
sure.
also can remember people.
Well, I think there might be something where if you have like a incredibly strong emotional connection to someone, like love beyond like all doubt, or if you're Subaru,
Yeah.
maybe you're able to like still remember them. Because otherwise, like, how would you ever know like somebody died if they just completely vanish from existence? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like their impact on the world goes away too. Like everything they had a hand in gets removed. Like it's like if you don't, so like if you aren't immune to this curse's effect, you will never know.
Yeah, you literally get erased from everyone's mind. It's not explained exactly how it works, and it's not explained like if there are ways to remember people. It's not too important in this arc, though.
No.
Just Subaru can remember because he's out of the loop. But yeah, he makes it back to the mansion, and he's like, okay, you know what? Fuck this, because he finds out like no one remembers who Rem is. I'm just gonna tell them, even if it kills me. I'm gonna tell them. And he tries to tell Amelia, and like the hand comes up.
His death loop power.
Yeah, about his return by death. And the hand comes up and caresses his
He's
heart.
like, no.
He's like, he was like, "Oh, that didn't feel
That's
too
easy.
bad. What's going?" And then Emilia coughs up blood
She
and dies.
dies
in
in
his
like 1
arms.
second. It's like, oh, the witch. So it's like at that moment that I was like, oh, so this isn't just like, it's not like robotic. Like these hands, they got them onto their own. Like someone's pulling the strings here.
They're real. They're not just like a figment of his imagination. They're an actual credible
Like a force
thing.
that
Mhm.
can
And
fuck with
that's
them.
yeah, and that's where I actually find out because then Beltegus comes up and is like, "Hey, we can use that bitch's corpse." Right, boys.
Yeah, and all the cultists are like, yeah.
Yeah, they're all like, And then so that's where you find out Subaru can see his hands, and that makes Beltegus freak out. And then Beltegus is about to do some shit to Emilia, and then Puck comes up and is like, kills everyone, and is like, Subaru, you dick.
You fucking killed her. You killed Emilia. And then Puck kills him for the 3rd loop in a row.
Yep. And then that's when episode 18, the infamous episode
Fucking
18, an episode. There's only dialogue. There's no opening credits. There's no end credits. Like there's no like special music or anything. No intro, no outro. It's just all dialogue.
This is I kind of spoiled what happened. This is the episode that it's pretty much Subaru and Rem talk to each other for 22 minutes or whatever. And Subaru proposes to Rem, just run away. Like fuck this. Just fuck it. I'm tired of dying. Just go. You're cute, you know. I can settle for you. Pretty much is what he's saying, because he's still pretty much fully in Emilia mode.
Yeah, he's still got his boner still rings for Emilia.
It still rings. I just picture like you like dangling your boners hanging down, you like swing it back and forth, and it gongs like a bell.
Bong, bong, bong.
It's gross.
And so the most heartbreaking part of this episode, well, the first most heartbreaking part is that Rem fantasizes along with him for a bit. She's like, yeah, you know, we could go find some place. I would have to work because you can't read or write.
Because you're so big.
So
I'd be doing all the work.
I'll be doing the heavy lifting, and then we would have kids, and they'd be pretty feisty because they'd be half demon, half human. And Subaru's like, yeah, doesn't it sound great? And then she's like, and then she says, but I would be leaving behind the Subaru-kun that I love.
Because Subaru wouldn't give up on Emilia. He wouldn't give up on these people he's made connections with. But yeah, the side story I was talking about, this is where it like splits. This is like if Rem is like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. And they actually go out. And they have such a happy life. And they choose to forget about Emilia and all these dead people in this world.
And you know what? That's probably the best ending the show's going to get, let's be honest. I don't think ReZero is going to have a happy ending.
Really...
Especially if you're not a team... Especially if you are not a team Emilia.
If you're Team Rem, I can only foresee, like, nothing good. Oh, I was going to say, I think this is a good place to say this. There's a bunch of stuff that the anime did not include from the web novel, which just makes sense. You know, it's an adaptation, that happens. But there's a few scenes that I really wish they'd included. The big one is, like, there's a scene where Rem and Subaru, like, fight the white whale. I think it's in the loop after episode 18, actually, so I'm jumping a little bit ahead. But Rem is, like, dead on the floor, and Subaru's, like, crying over her, and he confesses that he loves her, too. He's like, I love you, too, as much as Emilia. I do. And then she, like, opens her eyes and was like, I knew it. Like, she was faking her death to get him to confess.
That, you know what? I would actually really like that.
I was like, damn, I wish they put that scene in there. What the fuck? There's another scene. Oh, I can't remember the other scene that...
See, this is why I'm so afraid to dive into the light novel and the web novels, because I'm afraid I'm afraid ReZero is gonna turn into the Harry Potter movies, although minus the transphobic author.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Because the way he treats Felix is the author that treats Felix is a little fucked.
Okay, maybe
there's a lot of parallels between Harry Potter and this. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I don't know much of the web novel, but I'm really enjoying it. I think it's probably gonna end up being. I wish that the first 3 arcs were translated, because it's probably more enjoyable to experience through that than the show. I just gotta be honest.
I know, because, I mean, that's what happens with the Harry Potter movies to me. I remember very clearly reading Order of the Phoenix, the book, and was like, oh, this is so cool. I can't wait to see how they do this in the movie. And then I had to think to myself, oh, wait, that one already came out. Half-Blood Prince is the one that's about to come out. So I already knew. That actually happened multiple times. Like, I had to say that to myself at least 3 or 4 more times. While I was reading. So I already know that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be like, no, why'd they leave that out? Or I'm gonna be like, that's so cool, I can't wait to see it in season 3, and then it's like, oh wait, they left it out. I know that's gonna happen. That's why I'm holding off on jumping into the written material until season 2 comes out. Then I'll reread what season 1 and 2 is and then go forward.
I know you're right. Are you sure? Okay, well, I'll say that in a second too. But I know you're right. I know I'm gonna be like, oh, I can't wait for this scene coming up. There's already scenes. Also, I'll say this. This might be. I hope this isn't too much of a spoiler, but Amelia is really cool so far in the arc 4 beginning. Like, I'm starting
in season 2.
Like, I'm assuming I haven't read much, so I'm probably still in like the first or maybe second episode of season 2. I'm like 90 pages in, but. Jesus Christ. I was gonna say this earlier. Arc 4 alone. So season 1 was 3 arcs. Arc 4 alone of the web novel is 600,000 words. So 1/3 of one season of this show equates to 600,000 words. 1,600 pages.
I hope season 2 is not going to be, like, bad. Because there's just so much that they won't be able to put
I wonder if they'll just do Arc 4 on its own. For season 2. Maybe.
They better. They better.
Because they have to. Because I think it's got to be the longest one. It's like literally like 111 chapters. It's like ridiculous. I don't know how long the first 3 arcs were. But there's no way those first 3 arcs all took 1,600 pages to say. There's just no way. Like, I've literally been reading like a few hours a day, and I'm 90 out of 1,600 pages. It's like it feels endless. Like I'm never gonna get this finished.
But you said Amelia's pretty cool.
She's cool. Well, because Rem. Okay. Spoilers for the end. Rem's in a coma. She's.
Yeah. Rem is going to be in a coma for all of season 2.
At least arc 4, which if that's what at season 2, if season 2 ends up being arc 4, but no, that wouldn't make sense because why would it have taken them so long to start the season up if they were just going to adapt that one arc? Because the reason I've heard people.
Well, how long ago did arc 4 come out?
Arc 4 was like. I don't know. Definitely pretty. Probably like 2016, I think. I think that's when they started getting translated. I know that the light novel, the fan translation of the light novel, the beginning of Arc 4 was 2016, which means probably it came out in like 2015 at the latest, and that's the light novel, which was adapted from the web novel. So probably like 2015 is when Arc 4 started. So it was probably done.
But if it's this long though, maybe it just took a while to complete the arc, so they were like, we can't really make like a full season out of this yet.
Well, the writer's up to arc 6. I think he's done with arc 6. He's either done or like a pretty significant way in, because like translators are in like the 40s for arc 6.
Maybe there was some like probably some licensing issues or some shit. Because if the source material was there, then it doesn't make sense to wait 4 years to make season 2.
The source material wasn't there yet. Like they're gonna try and get arcs 4, 5, and 6 in this season, like they had 1, 2, and 3 in the first season. That's what people are saying. Like,
they better
just wasn't enough content. Honestly, I wouldn't hate it if they did that. I mean, 25 episodes. What is that, like 14 hours, 13 hours? That's a lot of time. I don't know though.
Yeah, but I mean, it depends how much happens in arc 4.
Yeah, well,
Because, I mean, if Arc 4 is that long, there's got to be a lot of shit happening.
Yeah, probably. Well, I'll say this. I'm like 90 pages in, and probably like 2 things of note have happened. It's pretty slow. You could definitely cut it down.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But
I'm personally hoping that they don't spend all of Season 2 recapping Arc 4, because, I don't know.
Maybe make it at least like Arc 4 and 5.
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling that's what's going to be happening. But I don't know what I don't know how Arc 4 ends. I don't know what Arc 5 and 6 are even like about. I don't know anything about the show or the web novels. I'm like completely unspoiled. It's cool.
Huh. All right. Well, I guess we'll have to see what happens. Yeah. What the hell were we talking about first?
I think we just got to the Lake Bed Temple.
Oh, right. Okay, so what's your opinion on Morpheus?
It's fucking boring. All right, what's the next topic?
I guess we'll kind of track back to episode 18.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. My bad.
So Rem's like, we can't because you won't be you. I love you, but she confesses and she's like, you won't be you. And Subaru's like, and she talks him up and he's like, I'm a loser in my first life. You know, at my homeland, I was a loser. I did nothing. I wasted my life. And she was all like, well, you can start over from zero.
That's the name of the show.
Name drop. Name drop. And then Subaru is like, he's reinvigorated. You know, his testosterone's pumping back. You know, his hormone levels are balancing out. And he then responds with, I love Amelia.
God. She says the most cute
And
shit.
when I first watched the show, I think it was 2017. I had to stop after episode 18, and I had to come back to the show for like 4 months later to actually finish it, because I haven't said it, I haven't plainly expressed it, but I'm sure you can probably gather from the way I've been talking. I am very much Team Rem. So hearing that line, I love Emilia, was just crushing, because okay, so like I was watching it in the winter and I was having a rough year, so I was very emotionally attached to all the characters, especially Rem, because I get wintertime depression. I mean, who doesn't? So I was kind of like on a low already, which let me tell you, don't watch this show if you're feeling just even kind of bad. Like
that's so true, dude.
This show could seriously make you kill yourself. It's so full of despair and like hopelessness until like the very, very end. And even then, at the very, very end of the first season, they take away your hope again.
I know. Oh, those fuckers.
It's such a good show, but it is such an emotional drain. In a good way, because it's like good. It's not like draining as, oh, it's so terrible. I can't hate it, but it's so good. But my goodness, the characters are so well written.
That's what it is.
It's like,
that's why it's so draining.
I got the exact same feeling from this show that I did from Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah, me too.
Because
it's just like
that game destroyed me.
Me too, man. Dude, that game is such like a fucking meme game, and like PewDiePie played it and shit. But God,
dude, even when PewDiePie played it, he was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, that game like fucked with my head in a very similar way that this is, because it's like the characters are so likable, but they just like fucked up stuff happens to them.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
They're so well written, and so me being my Team Remmer, I've never been the toxic type. Like if I see someone going on and on about how Amelia is the best, I'll just sit quietly to myself thinking, what a fool. But
yeah,
I won't tweet about it, because My goodness, like there's seriously like death threats get passed around in those comment sections.
I can't believe I never saw any of that before watching.
It's so insane how toxic the community is when it comes to that debate.
I get it though.
And I just want to point out that Crunchyroll took a poll of, like, they took a popularity poll of the characters where people were allowed to vote who their favorite character was. And let's just say Emilia didn't even break top 3. She got.
I remember you told me this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like midway through the series, or like probably like a third of the way through, and I was like, how could that be? Emilia's so cool. Rem's like just stupid. She just kills him. Doesn't even do much. And then, I should have known.
Yeah, Emilia got beaten out by Puck.
Makes no sense. Puck is stupid.
Yeah, that maybe, I don't know, maybe yeah, I don't get that one. He's cute, but I don't get that one. But Emilia got beat up by Puck, got beat up by Subaru.
Which I agree with. Subaru's definitely like really close to Rem in terms of how much I like them.
Yeah, Subaru's a great character. And then,
he's so much better in the book, dude.
Ooh, I'll have to read it. And then Rem was overwhelmingly first place. Like Subaru was pretty far behind in second place. So, honestly, I think there are more Team Rem fans than Emilia, but I think the Emilia fans are just. I think since like there's less of them, they're especially vicious. It's like they're like rats backed into a corner, so they gotta like bring out their claws to stay alive.
They're like raccoons eating garbage. You chase them out of the trash.
Exactly.
They want to eat that garbage, dude.
So, yeah. Although I think the Team Rem fans I think it kind of gets to their head that there's so many of them. So I think they can kind of be a little dickish, but
they're like immune to all criticism because everyone else agrees with them.
So yeah, I was very much Team Rem. So when I heard Subaru say, "I love Emilia," just so bluntly. And Rem is literally crying and is like, I just confessed to you and you still want my help? And Subaru's like, yes. And she's like, I'll do it because I love you.
She doesn't even seem like sad. I mean, she's sad, but not like you asshole. Like, oh God, dude.
Like her love transcends like the normal conventions of love. It's like it's like such a deep love. Like even if it's not requited, she still is going to stay by his side.
Yeah. Oh, I remembered the other thing I was gonna say about the web novel that's not in the show. In the show, there's a scene right at the end that we've kind of alluded to, where, you know, the scene where like Emilia's like, "Who's Rem?" and it's like, "What the fuck?" Like that's how they cliffhang it. Well, in the book, Subaru. Okay, this is also cut from the anime. Close to when Subaru confesses his love while Rem's feigning death, he says, I think after that, he's like, well, I also love Emilia. And Rem is like, I would not mind being your second wife. And then, so Subaru's like, well, we'll have to see if Emilia's up for polygamy. So then that wagon scene where Emilia says, who's Rem? Instead of being like, this is awkward, but Rem said she loved me too. He says, this is awkward, but I love Rem and you equally. I want to make you both mine. That's what he says instead in the book. And then, so he's like, so like Emilia's all like confused and like, what the fuck? And Subaru's like, oh shit, she thinks I'm a fucking freak. I just lost her. Like I've completely fucked up. I'm so stupid for saying that. And then instead she's like, who's Rem?
And
he's like,
and Subaru's like, because, oh man, so in our first recording, Harper had only watched the anime at that point.
Oh,
he had not read the books or anything like that, and he did not watch the director's cut of the anime.
No, I didn't. You should, can you like find that in the old recording, but like somehow, and put that clip of you telling me that in? Would that be too much work?
Oh, okay, so I gotta tell you something then, that you didn't see because you weren't watching the director's cut.
Oh, really?
So in the director's cut, I can't wait to see your reaction, but I'm about to drop on you.
Oh shit.
So in the director's cut, they added a scene at the end of the credits of afterwards, and it's just Subaru and Emilia in the carriage, and they're just like talking and stuff. Yeah. And Subaru is all like, listen, okay, so Rem told me she loved me, and I know, like, I'm kind of into you now. This is weird, but like, she loves me.
Yeah.
And and then Emilia goes, "Who is Rem?" And Subaru goes, and it cuts.
No fucking way.
Yes, 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 yes. That's how it
No.
ends.
What the fuck?
That's
Does it
how
play
it
the sound?
ends.
Does it go like?
No, it's literally just silence, and it's literally they're just remete konnichiwa or something along those lines because I watched the sub. Just Rem, who is that? And Subaru just his face. You just see like the life just drain from his face. He's just.
She's like, just kidding, just fucking with you.
It just Lamau, I got you.
Rem like pops up. She like turns around. I've been driving the whole time.
I'm here.
Maybe.
But yeah. Yeah, because spoilers for season 2. Rem is not going to be a main character in season 2.
No.
I think this is where the Emilia fans kind of get their time to try to prove themselves.
Yes. They get their time in the sun. That's what it seems like, because the entire arc so far has pretty much been Subaru and Emilia and like some other dudes sometimes, but it's mostly them interacting. Like they hang out all the time. So I feel like some shit's gonna go down, and I'm gonna start to kind of be pulled more towards the middle in this tug of war game.
Because that might be it.
I want that to happen too.
That might be it. It might be. Emilia may very well be the best girl. She just isn't yet. There may
because
be
she hasn't had enough time.
There may be a chance that the Team Emilia fans are the people. They're not rats in a corner. They're actually intellectuals that are just hiding from the ignorant masses.
They're not greedy rats. They're noble, diligent mice.
Exactly. And so maybe Emilia ends up actually being best girl. Or more likely, it's probably just going to be there actually is a debate about it. Because right now there is no debate.
Yeah. I really hope over the course of this arc 4, my honest to God hope is that Emilia becomes awesome and fucking cool as shit as well. Like, so I don't get massively disappointed when Emilia wins in the end, like I know will happen. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know that's going to happen, but come on. Why would there be...
It's either gonna be Subaru ends up with none of them because like he dies for real or gets sent back to his world, but now he's a better person, so it's bittersweet.
He learned.
Either they're gonna pull that, or he is gonna end up with Emilia. There is no like I love Rem. I really want her to be the one with Subaru.
Yes.
But
at the present time, yes.
At the present time, yes. At the very least, I really want her to be with Subaru. But there is no chance of it happening.
No, come on, man. There's no... Why would there be a side story where they are together and all of us Rem fans get exactly what we fucking want? Like, they literally have kids and fuck daily. It's like, why would that side story be there if that's where it was going to end up? That wouldn't exist.
Exactly.
So it's just like, fuck. So now I'm like, well, I'm open-minded. Please, Emilia. He did it once. The author did it once. He made me like Rem over the course of like 20 episodes. This much. So I'm sure he can do it again with Emilia. I already do like her. So
she's cool. She is cool. It's just Rem's better.
Rem's better. I just hope by the end of this arc I'm like somewhere in the middle rather than very far skewed to one side of the spectrum.
Yes, I would. I mean, I think no matter what, I think I'll always have a soft spot for Rem. Just because she's like first.
It's my first love.
But, and I do just really do just love her character. But I do want it to be more of a I'm torn, like Subaru.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of it just because right now, if you're an anime only. And honestly, probably like light novel only too. Like light novel and anime, probably up to this point. Like, there's no way you're not all in on Rem. Like, Emilia just does not get any time to shine, which could be part of the problem. But
yeah, I agree. You mean like if you've only read up to the End of arc 3.
Yeah, like I think if you've read the source material up to arc 3, like I think the sentiment probably still stands.
I couldn't see how it could be any other way.
Now, I mean, I'll be honest, I watched the OVA, the Frozen Bonds OVA, you know, talking about Emilia's backstory, and it made me feel like bad for her, but I still didn't think she was any better.
Yeah, that's what you told me. It's
Like it didn't change my view at all about like Rem being better. It just made me feel like, oh, that sucks that she had such a tough life.
because the reason I like Rem so much, I can't speak for you, but the reason, it's not because of her backstory. Like the episode where you see her childhood and stuff, I was like, oh, this is kind of sad. But I don't like Rem because of her fucking past. I like her because of how she interacts with Subaru. Like I like her because of her in the present and like what she's doing and how she's helping Subaru and how he's like fucking her over and how she's still like, yeah, but I'll still hang out with you. It's like, that's why Rem is cool. So I don't give a shit about Emilia's fucking history.
Yeah, yeah. Cause I mean, like Emilia's history's sad, but it still didn't. I don't know. I still just didn't feel anything. I still wasn't. I did not sway my opinion in the slightest towards Emilia being better than Rem.
Well, hopefully.
I do like Emilia's design a bit more than Rem, but that's
Yeah, you
just
said that
because
last time.
I don't have a maid kink, so I'm not really into maids, and I'm not the biggest fan of Rem's hairstyle.
Really? No.
I wish like her hair was like a little longer.
No, it's so cute. I love the bob cut. It's so cute. It's like the best part.
Maybe it's just the way it's drawn. I'm not the biggest fan of how it's
Maybe.
drawn. I do like bob cuts, but I don't know.
In the side story, she has long hair. There's a line. Oh, it's so sad. It's so well written. There's a line where he's like Subaru, like, because she has hair like as long as Emilia, and they don't mention Emilia, but Subaru like looks at her hair and then she grew it out in counter to another one of Subaru's previous loves or some line like that, and it's like, oh man, she's still like jealous of her, like worried that Subaru's gonna.
He's still into.
Yeah.
He's still into Emilia.
If you read nothing else from the web novel, you must read that side story. I swear, it's really cool.
Okay, this is kind of a theory that I have, but I am convinced that Subaru's love for Emilia is not natural. That it's not just Emilia was super kind to him, and that, you know, she was just really nice and helped him out, and she's the first girl he's talked to in 7 years.
You mentioned this.
I think it's a factor, but I definitely think the main thing is I think the witch is purposely manipulating Subaru's emotional state.
Yes,
make
you
him
mentioned
love
this
her.
last time. Last time you mentioned this, and I hadn't thought of this, but I think you're totally right. Like, that's a really rock solid theory that makes a lot of sense. That would explain a lot of why Subaru's so obsessed with her for not great reason. It's because he's an agent of the witch. He's unknowingly, so she's trying to force him to get close to her and like always be around her.
Exactly, because the witch is shown she can manipulate how he feels when she scares him with the return by death prom. When he tries to tell somebody, she's able to like control what he says and does with his feelings. So who's to say she's not doing that on a small level?
Yeah. I don't know if I hope that's true, because I think it'd be cool if it isn't true, and then like Emilia becomes cool. No, I don't know. I think you're probably spot on with that. I would almost put money on that being true.
I hope it's true, because that means Rem is his true love, and he's just being manipulated into loving Emilia.
Yeah, wait, that's true. Like, in the end, he'll be like, wait, like, the witch is defeated, and he, like, looks at Emilia, and he's like, you're, like, way less hot. What the fuck happened? And then he's like, Rem, I actually loved you all along. Now that I'm not being manipulated, you are so clearly superior, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, but by this point, Rem's gonna have one leg, half an arm, missing an eye. She's gonna be so fucked up from helping Subaru.
Yeah, that's so true.
Because one thing I did see is that as for people trying to say like why Subaru and Rem can't be together, is because Rem's love for Subaru is the same love Subaru has for Emilia, which is a very dangerous, one-sided, almost obsessive love where you're willing to destroy yourself for someone else, which isn't like actually love.
But that's not true. He literally throws himself off a fucking cliff for her before she even loves him. Like, it's not one-sided destructive love. I mean, it might be destructive, but it's not one-sided. The whole arc 4, he's like obsessed and fucking depressed as fuck because she's not awake.
Well, that's like people saying for why like it would be bad for Subaru's character to go with Rem because Rem is like the embodiment of Subaru's love for Emilia, because Subaru, he doesn't flat out throw himself off a cliff for Emilia, but all of his deaths, most of his deaths have been due to trying to help Emilia.
True.
And I think I saw people were trying to say like that's the reason why, like Rem's great, but it would be bad for Subaru's character progression as a person to go with Rem.
To kind of take the easy way out.
Yeah.
No, look, okay, I'll say this. I get completely and utterly why he can't just settle down with Rem. Like, the story, it's so compelling, and I'm so, like, obsessed and into it because he didn't just settle down and get with Rem. Like, if he had just started dating her, I mean, I'd probably keep reading, but it wouldn't be close to as interesting as it is. So I completely, I think it is better for his character. It absolutely is better for his character that he's still stuck between those two. So, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I mean, it's true. She is kind of, like, doing to him what he's doing to Emilia. It's not quite the same, but it is pretty similar. And, she dies. You know, she's getting fucked on a little bit because of how much she loves him, so maybe eventually he'll, like, realize. Maybe he'll be like, oh, all the shit that I go through for Emilia that I think makes her indebted to me, well, guess what? Rem's doing it for me, too, so...
I have to settle down with her now. Sorry, Emilia.
Sorry, Emilia, but you never died for me. You kind of just are cute and nice.
She hasn't died yet for him, but also I don't think she ever will because the witch needs her alive.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I'm convinced that Subaru's affection for Emilia is not natural, because besides the first arc, Emilia's didn't do shit for Subaru.
Nope.
Like, she helped him out, and then they hung out at the mansion together for a bit. She didn't really interact with him that much. I mean, she did give him like the lap pillow, but I mean,
oh yeah,
done that too.
That seems cute.
And then
she just healed.
Hey, Emilia and her giant hands.
Yeah. Oh. I hope you can somehow squeeze that into this as well.
I'll flash an image of the giant hand.
The big giant Emilia hand. That's why I don't like her.
I like a woman who has big hands. I want to be. If their hand is bigger than my face, I'm getting down on one knee right then and there.
God, that's actually true. That would be cool. Oh no, your dick would look really small though. Your hand.
Damn.
You feel like baby cock.
Okay, I need Rem and her small hands.
You feel good about yourself. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm convinced that Emilia has a much closer connection to the witch than she is aware of. Or maybe, I mean, I think it actually would be it'd be cool, but also I think kind of lazy. But imagine if like Emilia is aware of like the whole time, and she's like she is the witch, and she's purposely doing all this.
No way, that'd be crazy. There's no way they're gonna do that.
I know. I think that'd be like the easy way out.
It'd be fucked.
But it would be kind of cool though.
It would be cool. I wouldn't hate that.
I wouldn't hate it either.
If she was evil the whole time, that'd be kind of cool. To be honest.
It'd be quite the twist. Like, she was like Roswell was all like, I'm totally taking advantage of this floozy.
Yeah.
so I get my goals accomplished. But then Emilia's like, Bakudo, I was the one in control the whole time. Yada yada.
Although, why would sativa, what's that from?
Sativa.
Satella. What is sativa from?
Is
Hold
that
on.
a fucking acne cream? Or is
Sativa.
that Or is that like a special brand of television?
No, it's one of the strains of weed. Sativa and indica. That's right.
You fucking weirdo.
No. I learned that from a certain member, the member of the podcast that isn't here right now. That's who taught me all that.
Sativa.
So yeah, but why would Satella disguise herself as someone who looked just like her? I guess because it's hiding in plain sight. It's the last person you'd expect.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, there's no way that's what they would do.
Yeah, no.
I definitely think Emilia is unknowingly, like, I do think Emilia is connected to the witch, but unknowingly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she thinks it's just a nasty resemblance that gets her into all kinds of trouble with the Backstreet Kids, but
Definitely.
I think I think she is the body of the witch, just a different soul.
Some Kingdom Hearts shit.
Yeah, and then Subaru he somehow plays into the role. I mean, I guess it's kind of like, think about it, there has to be like, because the writer likes to write wrong ends to just show how
Yes.
fucked things can really get. There has to be like a wrong end in the future if it is like revealed that Satella is desperately trying to get Emilia's body. There has to be like a wrong end where
She does.
she succeeds and Subaru is like willingly dying again and again to get like the outcomes she desires.
Yeah, maybe.
She just like uses his ability. 'Cause
Oh my god, that's totally what it is. That's totally what's happening. You're so right. That's why she gave him that power. Because he's like, she's using him. It's so obvious. You're so right.
You know, I basically just figured out the entire plot. You know, you guys
Why
don't have to
even
watch.
watch?
You guys don't even have to watch season 2 now. We kind of game busted this one wide open.
The fucking official Twitter account. We are canceling it. YouTube user Spiderian has figured out the show. There's no more need. Goodbye. They delete all the episodes off all their hard drives.
Their Twitter gets erased. The writer sneaks off to the mountain and disappears.
Dude, that'd be fucked. You shouldn't have said that.
I've exposed the whole show. If I'm right though, in like 6 years, when probably more like 15 years, when like the final episode comes out and like the book's been done for a year or so, if I'm right, my goodness, I'm gonna be throwing quite the party.
Yeah. You'll probably get tons of bitches.
I'll be like, hey, you remember ReZero? You remember the whole subplot, which was the main plot about Emilia being connected to the witch?
The subplot.
the witch.
And by that I mean main plot.
The witch just used Subaru so then he could have used his power to die again and again, and she could get the outcome she wanted and rules the world. Yeah, I figured that shit out on 6/29/2020 at 3:54 a.m.
I was there. I was here. I was there. I'm like piggybacking off you. I get your scraps.
My sloppy thirds.
I was in the call. I was in the call. The girls
'Cause,
maybe glance my way.
A real gentleman goes for seconds.
The first is the appetizer. Then comes the main course.
I'll let you have my dessert.
The doggy bag at the end. The takeout box.
So I
wait.
guess we've like completely gone off route from the show.
True.
The actual anime itself. I guess to get back on track. So Subaru feels reinvigorated. He wants to reinvigorate Emilia, if you catch my drift.
He wants to reinvigorate his penis.
Yeah. And Ren is, she's gonna be there to fluff him up. She's gonna be his fluffer, so he can look good for Emilia. So they go and they try to take down the white whale. They fail a couple of times because that bitch is tough. They can't get the support they need. Then eventually they go to Krush, and they're like, "Yo, we'll make Emilia drop out if you help us," because Subaru also wants to prevent the witch's attack. Because I guess for some reason Roswaal isn't able to destroy them all.
I know some things about that from reading the book.
Oh, really?
Yes, I might have some knowledge about what he's up to. That'll come. You'll see.
Okay, yeah, keep it hidden then, because I was always like, why did he not just, like, wipe everyone out if he's powerful? Like, him and Beatrice easily could have, like, wiped the floor out the witch's cult, but... Because, like, again, like, he needs Amelia for the thing, unless he finds out about, like, her true nature, and is like, I gotta kill this bitch. But I can't kill her myself, I have to let someone else kill her. Is that what it is? Is he like, I know exactly what she is. She's gonna ruin my plan, so I need to like wipe her out, but I can't wipe her out. I have to get someone else to do it.
And that's where Subaru comes in, Subaru.
Or it's like
cult?
he's
he paid the witch cult.
He maybe, or is Roswell a member of the witch's cult, and he's like, because I'm sure the witch doesn't want the dragon.
No, yeah.
I'm sure because the dragon sealed her. The dragon, Link, and Ruto, fucking, they all sealed her.
You mean Medley?
No. We all know it was an actual fish girl that sealed the witch.
Holy fuck, a bug just like flew into my... Good, my mouth wasn't open, it would have gone in my mouth. I hate bugs.
What kind of bug was it? Like, how sizable are we thinking?
Like a gnat. It was like smaller than a fly, it wasn't that big.
I've swallowed a gnat or two in my days.
Did you really?
They go up my nose a lot. Like I like the riverside.
Oh yeah, you just told that story about a gnat being up your nose on the fucking podcast. Oh no, that was Dylan.
That was Dylan who got the gnat up his nose. I was talking about my bloody polyps.
Yeah. And I was fucking vomiting. So gross.
I vomit at snot. You vomit at blood.
It's only nose blood. Oh, and no, I vomit at snot too. Snot's the grossest bodily fluid. It's weird. Like poop,
It is.
piss, cum, shit, pee, semen. None of those get to me.
Not even
snot
sweat.
always does. Sweat's hot.
Oh, that's right. You're a sweat liker.
No, I'm not. Well,
Yeah.
nah. Yeah. The best part about Rem's design is the exposed armpit.
So she can get fucked like the me gunner.
That video is hot. Have you ever seen it all?
I didn't see the different ones, but you know what? I like that art style. I could get down to that if it wasn't an armpit fucking.
I don't get what people think is so gross about armpit fucks.
Like, it wasn't gross. It's not hot, in my opinion. 'Cause
That's
it's
fair.
It's just an armpit.
But people post it as if it's like disgusting, furry, or like the most foul shit you've ever seen. And people are like, you can't post this, bro. Like, what the fuck? It's like, it's not like, it's armpit. What?
It's not that bad. Like, maybe if it was like extra hairy.
Well, that's the third. There's three different, three different variations. I remember our mutual friend was telling me about how there's three different hair lengths, and I was like watching the three different versions, and I was like, I don't notice the hair difference. And then, and then I finally watched the scene where you could see the inside of the shirt and see your armpit, and I was like, oh,
there it is.
that hair length. So it starts off clean shaven, but then it gets pretty.
Okay, that's gross, but I'm not gonna be like revolted.
I agree. I feel like such a fucking dick, you know? Like, I feel like such a fucking anti, like a 1950s, like, you dumb broad, just shave your pits, you dumb slut. Like, that's what I feel like. But like, hairy armpits do gross me out on girls. I don't know why. Hair anywhere else, I'm like, let's go. But there, it's just...
You know, that's why, honestly, to kind of get off topic of ReZero for a hot second, I would be the fucking best femboy ever.
Yes.
I could cross-dress so well because I'm not a hairy guy. I have virtually no armpit hair.
Yeah. You're very hairless.
My legs aren't very hairy.
Dude.
My arms aren't hairy. I have zero chest. I have like 3 or 4 stray hairs on my chest.
You're not like me, covered in hair from head to toe.
I'm not Sasquatch.
I'm so fucking hairy, dude. It literally, like, my fucking neck beard, my neck, like the back of my neck travel, like, spindly hairs travel down.
Dude, I could be. I'm tempted to try it. Like seriously, I'm tempted to like dress up as a femboy and see how I look.
Dress like Felix.
Dude, I could. Like, dude, I would actually apply for femboy Hooters.
Dude, that'd be so hot. Please do it.
I would look good. I'm just saying, I would look good looking like a girl.
You already look hot.
But now imagine me in a nice summer dress.
Oh, with cat ears.
They're actually at one of our school's spirit days. It was guys dressed like girls and girls dressed like guys. I was the only guy in the school to actually wear a dress.
Nice. Good for
And
you.
one of like the really popular kids, I won't name drop him, but like he was like really outgoing and like not afraid to do anything, like very unashamed. Even he was like, I couldn't do that, man. I give props to you.
Nice work, dude.
I bought a dress and wore it.
It's fuck you. You've always wanted to do this. It's a secret part of your personality. You should let it free.
I'm secretly a femboy.
Dude. It's fucking cool. You should do it. I would do it. If I had your body, dude.
You would dress very feminine.
Yeah. I just can't. I have a big, pudgy, hairy ass fucking body. Balding. Just like neck beard.
Maybe that's why I love Breath of the Wild Link so much, because he like personifies my inner femboy, because he's very feminine.
The only thing, you do remind me of him, like in terms of appearance and stature. Well, not stature, that's the thing. He's just so short. And you're a big, tall behemoth. Like, that's the one thing. Because you guys are both like, kind of like skinny, fucking lengthy hair with ponytail. Kind of, you know, similar appearance-wise. But, you know, he's a little short stack.
Yeah. But also, we're both feminine. I would be a good girl.
Have you ever had makeup done or worn nail polish?
I've never done nail polish. I do have good nails for nails polish, apparently. As my mother and multiple girls have said, they're jealous of my nails.
Yeah, you do have good nails.
So so I would probably do pretty good with nail polish. My toes are kind of gross though. My toenails are not too hot. Those guys aren't looking too good. 'Cause I'm a sock lover, so they don't see the light of day too often.
Just get a pedicure.
I actually did. Those are so nice.
Really? I could never do it. Never.
Dude, they are relaxing. They feel good.
I just would feel weird and bad. Like they'd have to like look at my disgusting toenails and touch them and stuff.
That's literally what they want to do. That's what they get paid to do.
No, they don't want to. They just get paid to.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm pretty sure after you've seen Linda's feet, anybody's feet is probably okay.
What is my grandma's name? What the fuck are you saying? How dare you?
When was the last time you saw your grandma's feet?
I don't want to tell that story. Not here.
It haunts me to this day.
I don't want to tell like that. I don't want to talk about that.
I can't have cornflakes anymore. We're just gonna leave it at that.
So you saw them too. All right. Anyway, this is about ReZero.
Yeah. Okay. Back on track to ReZero.
What the fuck?
So they get Crucia's help, and they do kill the white whale. Although it ended up being 3 of them.
Yeah, there were 3.
Was that explained at all in what you've read so far, on why there were 3 of them that just appeared? Because that just kind of came out of nowhere, and they were just like, yeah, there were 3 of them. Pretty cool.
Well, actually, I think there wasn't 3. I think the first one just copied itself, it like illusioned itself. Because I think so. Well, actually, because now that I think about it, they do talk about the white whale like immediately after the end of the anime, and they do say that there's only one. Like, okay, spoilers. Sorry, LOL. But the people who sent them, the people who sent the white, like created the white whale, is the witch's cult. And they say, oh, you killed one of our whales. Thank God it doesn't take long to make another. So it's like, oh, there's only one. I'm pretty sure there was only one, and it was like phantoms. But I might be totally wrong about that.
It's just fucking Phantom Ganon.
Can't stop talking about Zelda.
Well, now I'm just imagining fucking it's just Ganondorf's dopey ass face. But then it's just on the head of a whale.
That'd be fucking scary. Instead of like a pig, it's a big whale. He transforms. He's like, oh wait, no, they can breathe in the air. Never mind.
But he's just flopping around like.
It's funny.
Link's just like, what the fuck are we supposed to do with? What the fuck are we supposed to do about that?
He's
Beach the whale.
you just. I guess we just leave him here. He can't do anything.
He'll eventually die.
Yeah. Just don't walk into his mouth.
He's still like talking shit too.
Yeah, he totally could be. He can talk in Ganon form. He doesn't in Ocarina of Time, but in the other games he can.
Yeah, in the other games he's very chatty.
It's weird that you don't see. Oh, never mind. I was about to spoil something.
About Zelda or ReZero?
Zelda. It's weird that you don't
Spoil.
see Ganon pig form in ReZero. You only see Ganondorf. It's weird.
Who is there?
I bet they're saving that for season 2.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Someone there?
Actually, yeah, you're totally right.
Anyone?
Why would they blow their load with that so early?
Exactly, and they need you to get acquainted with
Whoever you are,
the
touch
nose
me.
of the nose of the
Dark
Gerudo
brown
thief
nibbles at my
before.
The legendary nose.
flesh. Little creatures,
God.
they never stop.
He doesn't have it
biting.
in Twilight Princess. It's a shame.
Please, hold out your hand.
Where's
Or
that
in
thing?
Wind Waker.
Touch me.
In Wind Waker, his whole like forehead is part of his nose. One of those character
He's-
designs.
He's got the nose head.
Yeah. It's like a dorsal fin on the top of his face.
So close.
All right.
So
what-
so they get the whale. And then Subaru was like, "Whoa, Emilia's in danger," so he leaves Rem behind.
oh my
to-
God, we still gotta talk about all the fingers and stuff and Subaru getting possessed.
I
Oh, there's so much more to the show, dude. I mean, we don't
Yeah.
need to say what
We don't
happens.
need we don't need to synopsis it, but like I want to talk about how cool it is
Yeah.
the fact. So they go and they kill Beltegoose, but then they quickly and they completely obliterate his body.
Dude, that's funny. It's so funny, dude. Like, cause you know everyone in the audience knows he's not dead. Like he's coming back in one form or another. He's not fucking dead. So they fucking play with your like expectations. Cause Subaru's he's read his stories. He's played games. He knows. He's seen anime. He's like, could you kill him again for like a third time? Could you slice his body into 400 pieces and crush him with rocks and blow him up and stuff, please, just to make sure? And I was like, that bitch is still alive. Even after all that, I was like, yeah, fucking right. I think that was a funny time. That was a funny moment. But
I loved that. They were just like, really? Okay, just
he's like, you guys have not read stories like this. You are not in the know.
And yeah, sure enough, Beltegoose goes around and possesses various members of the witches cult. It can't just be like anybody. I think it has to be like certain members.
Yeah, I think
'Cause,
he
like,
I think
there's
he
only so
s-
many fingers.
He sets them up beforehand. Well, there's 10. Like how many fingers there are? I think I was wondering. So that means all those people they had like personalities and lives before him. So does that mean the guy that you meet with the green hair and skin that was just some dude before, like just some normal member of the cult, and then is that how it works, or is that like his original body, and then he like
I feel as though that's his original body
Okay.
because
yeah
it seems
you're right.
pretty adapted to how he acts.
You're totally right because when he appears inside Subaru's body and like gets ripped apart by the fucking witch, he's in that form. So like
So it's his own body. But yeah, he goes around possessing the fingers,
Mhm.
and they're all creepy. And Subaru's like, "Fuck, man! I knew this wasn't gonna be easy." But they manage, and then Felix gets his clothes blown off.
Let's go. He wears a big burlap sack. Where'd he get that?
I don't know.
Fucking stupid.
You just see him. He's just wearing that. He's cute in that though.
What are the Finger
pulls it
Lakes
off.
from? Do you remember what are the Finger Lakes?
The Finger Lakes?
Yeah, what are the Finger Lakes? Oh, it's
Is that a
real.
base? Is that a baseball team?
No. Why the fuck? What is? I've heard of the Finger Lakes. Where the fuck are the Finger Lakes?
Like bodies of water, or is
Yeah.
it a menu item at Popeyes?
What the fuck? Shut up. That's their sizes, like their basket of fucking chicken fingers. There's the lake, river, brook, stream, ocean.
I'll take lake fingers, please.
I'll take the Finger Lakes, please. That was Pretty funny bit. Good work.
uh,
God.
so
We've been
so,
talking for 2.5 hours. Am I right in saying that? This is longer than the first one.
I think we're at like 2 hours and a couple of minutes.
No.
We're at about the same length as last time.
I don't think so, because I ended my last recording. I think I ended my last recording at 1 hour 40 minutes.
I was like at like 137, and now we're at 41. I don't know, but
whatever.
I love the idea of the fingers, and also like Julius was the knight that Subaru dueled and got absolutely his ass handed to. I like their friendship that they have.
It is fun. It's like a rivalry. It's like, you know, when like there's some guy you fucking hate, but then he turns out to be kind of cool. Does that ever happen to you? Like you have to set aside your hatred. Be like, alright, he's fucking cool, but it's hard to, you know. Does that ever happen? Like, there's just someone you know that's a dick. But then, like, they start doing cool stuff, and then you realize, I have no reason to dislike you, I just have bad memories of you, and I'm too stubborn to let go of these feelings. That's kind of what, like, Subaru feels about him.
Yeah, I do feel that way about Dylan.
Let's hope. He will not be listening to this.
No, he will not listen to this, even if we pay him doubloons.
Fucking doubloons. Add to his treasure pile in his room that he sits on.
Like a dragon.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I like Julius a lot, actually.
I do too. Their relationship is really fun and, like...
He was a total sack sucker at the very beginning.
I've reflected on that. I used to think he was a little prude, like dumb fuck, but I think I was just like blinded by my like for Subaru, because Subaru's being a fucking dumbass in that scene where he like gets called out. Like,
yeah, Subaru is sucking on 2 sacks in that episode.
He really is.
That jaw is unfucking hinged.
Like that. So Julius is kind of a dickhead, and he takes it too far and like ruthlessly beats the fuck out of Subaru, even though he has no chance. Like, Julius is the one who challenges him. They're both assholes, but it's not quite as like Julius is such a prick. Subaru didn't do anything. Like, Subaru kind of deserved to get his ass beat.
But not that bad. Though.
Not like within an inch of his life, but
yeah, which is what happened.
Pretty much what happened. Yeah, he's like out for a few days.
Yeah, he is KO'd, but they do make up, and Subaru's still like, I hate you, but I rely on you, and Julius is like, I love this guy.
That's always what happens. Everyone turns and is like, Subaru, you're actually pretty dope.
You're actually a cool ass motherfucker, Subaru. I want you to know that.
Just so you know, Subaru, I actually think you're kind of cute.
You know what, Subaru? If you got drunk and wiped pee in my face, I wouldn't even think twice. They're like, that's the kind of effect Subaru has on those around him.
That's weirdly specific. Do you have like a story about
Nah,
someone doing that?
No, I just pulled it out of my ass.
Okay.
So Subaru. Well, first off, there was like the weird subplot about like Ram kidnaps Subaru for a hot second, but then they stop him, and there was like a blank note that Subaru sent a letter that was blank, and that was like symbolic or something.
I don't remember. Wait, so who kidnaps Subaru? Ram?
Like they're passing through the forest after they defeat the White Whale to go to the mansion to fight the witches cult, and like everything like freezes.
Oh yeah.
Like Ram comes up and like steals Subaru, but she doesn't get very far because she sucks.
Like she gives everyone their worst nightmare or something, but then Julius saves them all from that. They explained the blank letter.
In like the season 2.
Very early on, yeah, they explain it.
Okay, because I know it's like symbolic of like cutting ties.
Yeah.
If you send someone a blank letter, but it was like, I don't know how that came to be, and then it was not talked about again for the rest of the season.
They just fucking forget about that. It's actually really cool.
Okay. All right, I'll look forward to that. And then, so, yeah, they find out, like, one of the villagers is a witch's cult guy. He blows the shit up. Felix hides in his sack. And then, they're killing all the fingers. And then all of a sudden Subaru, like they win, the day's won, and then all of a sudden Subaru starts acting a little funky.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out Beltegus possessed him, and Subaru is desperately trying to fight back against it, but was ultimately unable to. And he's literally begging Julius to kill him for Beltegus takes control. And Julius can't. Julius can't do it.
Can't do it. Didn't seem to be too reserved about it earlier on in the show, but now.
But now, well, you know, it's like Subaru's a cool ass motherfucker. He doesn't want him to die now.
He's a hero now.
And yeah, but then it ends up being Felix, the healer. Like Felix is a knight, but he pretty much just heals people. That's like his specialty.
Yeah.
He doesn't really. He's not a killer. He's a healer.
He's like.
And
Sage.
he's the one.
I am not just a healer. Does she say that?
Although, I don't think she says that. I think she says, "You will not kill my allies."
She definitely says that. She also says,
"My heroes never die."
Yeah, I was literally going that route. I couldn't think of a quote fast enough. My improv skills failed. I was gonna say that exact phrase.
Heroes never die. I will watch over you.
Alright. Fucking goddamn.
So it's fucking this. I love this. So Felix kills Subaru.
Well, actually,
Julius is like,
no, that's not true.
It wasn't Felix that kills.
Felix.
That kills.
Like Subaru's like climbing over Julius, like kill me, and then Julius is like I cannot, and then Subaru goes over to Felix, and he's like kill me, and then Felix without much hesitation just like I don't know what he does. It's kind of unclear, but he does like wound Subaru and like knock him to the ground, and then Julius comes up and finishes the job. So it is actually Julius that kills him.
But Felix was like, we have to do it. He's like, well, Felix did not want to do it. Felix was very upset too.
No, yeah, but they have to.
Yeah, like they were literally like, we have to do it. Like this is gonna be bad. And then I love how after that, like after Julia stabs them, it pans over to, it cuts to Emilia looking for Subaru.
Yeah.
In the crowd.
Damn. Sad moment.
But that loop is over.
And
I heard a loop that got cut from the anime was one that involved Beatrice. Like she actually makes a reappearance.
Yes, she does. I read that scene. That was translated because they were like, "This is skipping the anime. You should read this." I don't remember one thing about that scene. It did not jump out at me as being important at all. It was cut for good reason.
I think it's one of those things where it's important a long way down. Kind of like with Roswell's little I need to kill the dragon. Like that's not going to be a thing for a long time.
Yeah.
I believe.
I hope it's
so.
Not
I think
important.
it's probably something like that.
Because I don't remember that shit at all, and I just read it. It felt so unusual. Why is this even in this?
I think the only thing worth of note is that like Beatrice cries while holding a book, yelling, "Mother, why does this have to keep happening?"
That's right. That is what happens. Yeah, you're right about that. Oh, so Subaru goes in there and is like, "We need to evacuate you," and she's like, "I can't." And then they reveal she's a spirit like Puck. That's what that scene is.
Oh, that's like the important revelation.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
So she's not a lolly.
What? She's exactly a Wally. She's like hundreds of years old. She's the most classic Wally setup you could possibly have.
Oh, she's legal.
Don't. You must cut that out. I will not be associated with someone who says that.
Nah, she's gross. Although I would do the same thing Subaru did to her hair in the that one episode. He like pulls both of her braids out and lets it go.
He calls her the drill Wally in the novel.
Oh yeah, he does that once in the anime too.
Yeah.
He's like, "You drill lolly." She's like, "What does that mean?"
It's her drill hair and lack of developed body.
She does have a massive ass forehead. I love how like in the anime there's like a scene
That is not.
where like there's like
I was
there's
worried.
like the shine. There's the whoa.
She does have a massive ass.
How do you do?
I was like,
I just cut out. She has a massive ass.
If I were editing, I would make it sound like you said that. No, I wouldn't do that to you.
Thank God I'm in control.
Yeah, I know you can make me say shit like
We are
that.
well along the road to success.
But yeah, I love how she has a giant ass forehead, and in the anime there's like a scene where like you see there's like the shine effect on it.
Yeah, it's like blinding. Poor Beatrice.
That one loop got cut. Yeah, I can tell why. It was probably just it probably was just to be like, hey, yeah, she's a spirit, she's not an actual person.
Just explain like why she can't
And-
leave the mansion.
And also probably something with the mother thing.
Oh, yeah, that
has
too.
to be
That'll
down
come
the
back.
line.
I completely forgot about that. Damn.
Oh yes,
I wonder how he died in that loop. I didn't get to see that.
he's not very talkative.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Don't think he'll have
But
him.
he does die, because then there's the next loop
Yeah.
Upstanding, kind
where he
hearted,
is
full-hearted,
successful
truly
and he
caring.
saves Emilia, and then he confesses to her, and she literally just says thanks.
She's like, I did not know I deserve to feel this happy.
We are well along beyond the
And
lake the next time we
Subaru's
come
like, yeah, you do. Do you love me, though? And she's like, you're so sweet and kind, Subaru. And he's like, yeah, thanks, but you seem to...
Do you love
do
me?
you love me, though? And then she's like, you're a great hero on this day. You've saved many lives, mine included. And he's like, yeah, there's one question, though, I'm been meaning to ask you. Please,
Are you why you tiptoeing?
what's with all this beating around the bush you're doing right now, Amelia? And they don't actually outright say she rejects him. Well, she doesn't really reject him. They don't say for a freaking factoid in the show. I was a little not sure if she doesn't, like, if she says, I love you too or not, but she doesn't. That just made clear in the post-credit scene from the director's cut and like in the novels and stuff. I know I probably just missed something, like, yeah, she doesn't love him, but she does think he's cute.
Which, yeah, she probably is like, I've been noticing that you've been packing some heat this entire time.
When those
but-
dogs bit you all over there, they when I say all over, they bit you all over, and I had to heal all those wounds, so I noticed.
And let me just say, you got a little perky, shall we put it?
Let's just say those bites made you swell up a little bit.
Like, seriously, your testicles were the size of grapefruits. It was insane.
That'd be gross.
I was like, Puck, get a load of this. Look, get a load of this shit.
Just crowding everyone around. Otto's in there, Roswell's in there, Rem and Ram are in there. Look at these fucking balls, guys.
The entire village, like all the kids, stay outside. Look at that. That's the size of like 2 appas.
Remember when he comes out naked and Ram sees his dick and she's like, cover that sorry thing.
I feel so bad for Subaru.
He's just a grower. He's probably a pretty average dick. Come on.
Yeah, I imagine he does not have a big dick. He just has average
Pretty
dick.
average penis.
But I bet he does have balls the size of appas.
Probably. That'd be funny.
They're just like really swell it up. You just see it like in his pants.
Just like they don't explain why. They're just like, you know, it'd be funny. Just draw big veiny balls showing through his pants.
It's like he bends. It's like he bends over. And there's just like the indentation of 2 massive balls right underneath his ass.
Like impossible not to notice, but they never explain it or mention it again.
Like you just see like Rem taking peeks at it.
Like sideways stances, glances, like she's a coin.
There was one line Rem said in the anime that made me giggles. Cause you know Subaru's whole plan with the white whale was like, I'm gonna make him smell me, so he chases me and not you guys. You can kill him. There's a scene where like Rem's like, I am the only one allowed to smell Subaru.
I don't remember that. I want to see that.
She was like flipping out and
Oh,
slashing the whale up, and she was like, I'm the only one who can smell him.
damn. She's creepy. It's great.
Dude, you know, I bet she has a foot fetish.
Oh. As if she could get better. I didn't think it was possible.
As if there was anything else you could say to make me even more of a Team Remmer.
God, if that's true.
I mean, she has to. She is freaky in the sheetsies.
Probably. She's a demon horn. And a big chain ball.
You think in the marriage, the family alternate reality, she like shoves it up Subaru's ass or something. She's like, you want to be fanatical like a demon? I'll show you fanatical like a demon.
Fucking puts the handle of her spike ball up his ass.
He's just
God. Someone's drawn that.
someone better get on that right
I'm
now.
sure you could find that already. Someone's already done that. Dude.
I guarantee there's guaranteed like Rem shoving the entire ball and chain up her gooch.
That's dope.
It's just like it looks like she has like the pregnancy bump, but it's just like the spikes
God.
like poking.
Oh, that is foul. Oh.
Not poking through,
No,
but
I
you
know.
can see like their indentation in the stomach.
Someone has.
She's just like Subaru Kunin mine's baby. She's just like actually insane.
Fuck. Wait. Oh my God! I think I've actually seen that. No way.
No
Wait a
way.
minute.
No way. But I guess for terms of the show, so yeah, Subaru confesses love. Emilia's like, thanks, I'll think about it. Maybe. And then then there's the carriage ride at the end of the director's cut when Subaru was all like, Rem loves me the same way I love you. And then in the actual version, it was like, I want to fuck both of you.
Yep. That's literally what it is. Let me see if I can find that. I think I have the web novel open right here. Hold on.
Yeah, and then there's that, and then there's Emilia's like, be a good boy and tell me slowly. She calls him good boy a lot.
Yeah, he does. She does. I don't like that at all.
I don't like it either. She must have like a mommy kink.
Must be. It must just be some weird ass shit. Some weird like shit in Japanese.
But then she's like, who's Rem? And Subaru just goes, and then that's
And
where
that's
that's where the show ends. And I will try to slice in the audio of me telling Harper that for the first time because I was so excited to tell him, and his reaction was great. It was priceless.
I was baffled. I was like, no. No.
The buffoon was baffled.
Wait, what was I looking up? Oh, right here. I'm at it. Okay. This scene. So he says... Okay, hold on. He says, Emilia, I have something very... Okay. Without any change in his feelings towards Emilia, Rem's presence had evoked something of identical size inside Subaru's heart. So, Subaru had decided. It might be tasteless, but being that he can't abandon his love for either of them, he will take both Rem and Emilia. And then later on, this is in his thoughts, and then he says... Oh no, Amelia says, you're a good boy, take it slowly. And then he's like, you're a good boy is a crazy, depressing thing to hear. Or no, I really wasn't being a man. She says, alright, so well, actually, Rem told me she loves me, and once you love me too, it's sort of like, you'll both be mine, or something. That's what he fucking says to her.
Oh.
And right after, he says, even Subaru was repulsed by what the fuck he actually just said. That's what it says verbatim in the story. Emilia's reaction would surely be something similar, or maybe she'd look at Subaru with eyes hosting disappointment and scorn. Under those pessimistic abstractions, Subaru timidly looks at Emilia, and Emilia doesn't respond. And then she says, Subaru? And then Subaru says, yes. And then the only two words on the entire page that comes next are, who's Rem? And then that's the end.
No. I mean, we already spoiled it, but for the first episode of season 2 was essentially spoiled with the trailer. The trailer revealed pretty much everything the first episode is going to be. Essentially,
what the fuck was that about?
I know. Essentially, the White Whale Brigade gets caught by Ganondorf's crew. 2 archbishops. I think it's Gluttony and who's the other one?
I know what it is, but I'll let you guess.
Wrath.
Nope.
Famine.
No. Famine. That's not a deadly sin.
I don't
Fuck
know.
you. It's
What are the deadly sins? I'm religious, so I should know this, but I don't. It's not pride, because that's... Wait, is it pride?
That's Subaru. No, it's not. That's Subaru.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Is it lust?
Nope.
What other deadly sins are there?
I think there's only one you haven't mentioned.
Nuts.
Besides, and sloth, but yeah, it's obviously not sloth.
Yeah, it's not sloth, because sloth just got... Oh yeah, we didn't talk about how Beelzebub actually died.
I mentioned it. How he gets like ripped up by the fucking
Yeah, the witch,
Witch.
tries... he tries to possess Subaru, and Subaru was like, okay, you want to meet your witch so bad, little bitch boy? I'll tell you, I'll show ya. And he tries to,
he
and
uses
he
he
uses-
tells
yeah, he tries to say return by death, and the witch appears, and is, well, we don't quite see her, but we see, like, more of her than we have so far.
and hear her.
Yeah, she's like,
are
ew!
you? Yeah, you stinky, and fucking rips him in half like sand. Holy fuck.
Dude!
Oh wait,
Beelzebub
this
was
probably will
just
come out
sand.
before that, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, Twilight Princess is a 10-year-old game.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, Envy.
No, that's the witch.
Alright. Greed!
Yeah, it's greed.
Gluttony
Good
and
work.
greed sound very similar.
They are those are similar. By the way, you haven't ever read Full Metal Alchemist, but it's so weird that all the villains are named after the deadly sins.
It's kind of... I feel like people trying to use the 7 deadly sins in, like, media to make a character cool doesn't work.
It's been done so much.
There's
Persona 5 Royal has that shit in it. I was like, this is stupid. Like,
Really?
I don't know why. Yeah, every dungeon has like a different item you get that has to do with like it's like the Ring of Greed, the Stone of Greed, the Ring of Greed. Like it's just like okay, they're actually different ones, but
They're all... It's all just been
it's all
greed.
greed. No, I was like, fucking come on. Like, it's probably my least favorite part of the show, to be honest. Full Metal Alchemist, the big group of villains, they're all named after the 7 deadly sins. The
There's
show, 7 deadly sins. It's
Yeah,
like,
there's an entire anime, which is not that good, about the 7 deadly sins.
yeah. It's just been done to fucking death. I don't know why authors are so like obsessed with the 7 deadly sins. It's so fucking weird.
It
Especially like
is.
Full Metal Alchemist is like one of the biggest anime ever. I know the dude who wrote this shit has heard of Full Metal Alchemist and knows that the 7 deadly sins are the main villains. Like what the fuck? It just it's like when I started hearing them like go into that, I was like, oh, this is just plagiarized.
This is just straight up copied.
It is. Not that Full Metal Alchemist is probably all that unique either, because, you know, I'm sure that's been done before. It's just like, the 7 deadly sins again? What the fuck? It doesn't even have
Yeah.
anything to do with it. Like Sloth didn't have anything to do with Sloth, really. I got it. It was like such a tenuous connection. Like, I was like, this is so forced and stupid. It's the worst part of the show.
It's... I don't know why. It's... I mean, I get it, like, oh, it's cool because those are the things that make humans terrible.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh man, crazy. It's so fucking smart, dude.
So
It's like, oh,
unique.
the villains represent flaws that all humans have. It could be anyone who turns into these creatures. It's so crazy, dude. I like the name The Witch of Envy.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's cool, but then it's like, well, ugh.
Maybe if like they stuck with just like 1 or 2 sins. Not all of them.
It's just been done before. It's so weird.
The 2 deadly sins.
The 2 deadly sins. What are the 2 deadly sins out of the 7 of them, do you think?
Okay, well, greed is probably the worst one.
I would agree, actually.
And then probably envy.
Yeah, I was going to say envy. I think we're on the same page there.
Cuz like the other ones suck too, but like those 2 I think really, and then like the third place had to be pride, I would say.
Probably. I don't know.
I feel like those 3 combined are what, like, that's like the main reason people do terrible shit to each other, is because they're greedy and they want more. They're envious of what they don't have because they want more, and then they're too prideful to, you know, not want more.
Yeah. When I was younger, I used to think like pride was a good word. Like, it's really hard to like separate the word pride from like a positive connotation, but it only seems to hurt. Like, I always like, because I've noticed as I get older, like I'm really prideful. I won't do stuff just out of like trying to like have pride. It's like, fucking stop.
Yeah, it's
Stupid.
It's like pride. It's like pride is like it's a double-edged sword, because like there's like gay pride, which is a good thing, you know. Like,
oh
hey,
yeah, well yeah,
like,
I should say that's good.
There's pride like that where it's like, yeah, like it's not so much pride about that you're gay. It's more like pride that you can express who you are.
Yeah.
And that's the good thing. Like, you can be you. But then there is the pride of, well, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to, because I don't want to like put myself down.
I'm not gonna be seen as a fucking follower. I'm not gonna be a beta. I'm proud. I have pride, dude. I'm not gonna go get you a fucking soda. Fucking people think I'm a little bitch. It's like fuck you.
I cannot like kneel before people. I'm too prideful.
How often is that? When's the last time someone asked you to kneel in front of them?
Last Wednesday behind the Denny's.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that. Man, where does that fucking waiter get off?
For real. I mean, I know it was the 4th time I dropped my fork, and they just had to get it myself. But that was basically saying they wanted me to kneel, and I was not going to have that.
Yeah, pretty much. Why are you eating behind Denny's, though?
So, ReZero, what was your overall thoughts?
Are we cool? Are we finally wrapping this up 3 hours later?
Yeah, I think we better wrap this up. This is
Holy
a podcast
fuck.
in and of itself.
3 fucking hours. I could honestly go more, but we probably shouldn't.
Yeah, like I could go more too, but I don't really know like how much more there is to say about the show, I guess, because
Yeah, we're kind of out.
we've covered the first season, and we've even covered stuff beyond outside of this side of the anime, and we've even dabbled a bit into season 2.
Yeah, and then dabbled into like a bunch of other topics that have nothing to do with it, like Zelda, and my friend wanting to be punched in the jaw, and foot fetishes, and Groundhog's Day, all sorts of stuff.
We really got all over the place. That's why I do call it rambling. I don't call it a straight up review. I do say it's rambling about blank and blank, because it's more fitting.
That is far more fitting. We're not reviewing shit either. We're just like saying stuff as it comes. It's rambling is the perfect word. Like I don't.
Yeah. Although this is now like where the review part comes in. So So what was your overall thoughts and opinions on the show as a whole, from technical, characters, sound? What was your overall opinions?
We haven't even talked about music at all. Oh, we didn't talk about music with the credits theme for when Subaru's head gets frozen off. That's like it though. I like the music. We never mentioned that. Like we never mentioned So stupid. Honestly, it's stupid, but I think it makes the show better. It gives it like personality. I like that sound effect.
Yeah, me too. It is dumb, but it is great for knowing, okay, tonal shift, let's go.
It just it's cool. It's like atmospheric. It's just funny. And then like when the ending song comes up and it's like, I can't remember how it goes. It's just funny stuff. Yeah, I think.
Huh?
Remember like the credits song comes up and it like I think only in the first half, and like it's like, whatever.
I love the normal credits theme a lot. Oh,
Yeah,
please don't let me die.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
waiting for
about.
Your touch. I love that song.
It's good, but it sounds weird. It's like robotic, auto-tuned harmony. It's really hard to describe. Like voice filters.
I can see that, but I love it, so fuck you.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's good because it's weird.
Oh.
Just like you.
Oh. What'd you think of the animation?
I think it's, listen, I'm an asshole when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't really think anime usually is that well animated.
But
okay.
What about
Here's
when Subaru does his fingers?
His fingers?
Yeah, when he's like, and like when he first gets to the mansion, he's like gonna grope. He's gonna like grope Amelia.
Oh God!
And his fingers.
That looks weird. It looks like 3D. Like they like used 3D models for his hands. Like I don't. It looks fucking rotoscoped. They did something fucking weird. It looks bad. I hated that. I understand the quality and time into drawing just one frame of anime is ridiculous, and so it can't be animated like Western cartoons. But I don't know, man. I'm sorry. It's not that well animated. It is. It obviously is, and there's a million miles of talent that worked on this, and so much time and money went into it because of how good each individual frame looks. So, I mean, for anime, it's really well animated, but I don't know. It's kind of choppy. There's a lot of like 2-frame turns and stuff. Just like not very fluid movement for cost-cutting measures. So it doesn't cost $1 billion to make any character move. Like I get why it is. So it's pretty well animated.
All right. And then
Sorry.
overall thought on just the story and characters so far from
Love
an anime only perspective. Let's keep the season 2 novel parts out.
Because I don't know most about season 1 in book form. Yeah, I love it. Love the concept. I love isekai as a concept. Even though it's been done to death, I still like it. And I've only really read this. It's like the only isekai I've ever read. So, seen, watched, and I love it. I love the death loop mechanic. I love Groundhog's Day, so anything like it is good. And then on top of those cool concepts, there's some amazing characters, including probably my favorite anime protag and probably my favorite anime love interest, like girl, with Subaru and Rem. And the world is interesting. Many likable characters. The magic system's cool. It's great. I love it. I cannot wait to see where it goes. It's definitely one of my all-time favorite animes. What about you?
Well, I mean, I'm honestly in agreement with pretty much everything you said. I love this show. It's in my top 5. Although I do have a strong feeling that once I get into the source material and I get all of the stuff that was cut out and everything, I feel like it might, like I said earlier, become like an hour ago, might become a Harry Potter situation.
An hour? That was like 2 hours ago. You wish it was an hour ago.
I'm afraid I'm gonna end up being disappointed by the anime because I'll just love the source material itself so much, but
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, I still love the Harry Potter movies.
I mean, I still like them, but I like the books so much more.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
agree.
thing with it. And then,
The first 3 books and movies I think are pretty close in terms of quality.
oh yeah, those ones are fine. But then for 4 and on, that's when it
Yes,
goes way
that
too
I definitely
far.
agree with. Especially the last 2.
Yeah, the last 2 aren't that good, in my opinion.
Although, I'll be honest, I'm just going to throw this in. Some Harry Potter talk right at the end here. I don't like Deathly Hallows, the book or the movies. I don't think it's a satisfying conclusion at all. I think it was stupid.
Yeah, I agree with you
You do?
on that.
I thought that
one.
was like a super controversial opinion.
I'm sure it is, but because Harry Potter stans are nutty. But
Yeah, I'm one.
yeah, I did not like the movie at all, and yeah, the book, yeah, it wasn't a good conclusion. Like Harry should have been with Hermione.
There's that. I agree with you there. No, I like Ron. Ron gets a bad rap.
Well,
But-
I like Ron, but like I would have liked to have seen like I don't know, like Ron and like Luna Lovegood. That would have been cool. Luna's an underrated character.
That would have been way cooler. We can agree that Harry shouldn't have been with Jenny. What the fuck was that about?
Yeah, that was weird.
Devoid
Like-
of all character and like likability.
Like Jenny's cute, but
Yeah.
that kind of went nowhere. And same with like, remember Cho? I think that was her name.
Fucking goddamn. J.K. Rowling's such a dumbass.
She is not a good. She is
Cho
not a
Chang.
great writer. Let's be honest.
She is a genius in that she can create probably the most compelling fantasy world ever. Like I want to be a fucking wizard. Like as a kid especially, and everyone wants to be a wizard.
Yeah, I used to fucking at recess in 5th grade. I used to take like pens and pretend they were wands. And
Yeah.
I would like have magic duels with myself because I was lonely. But I would have like magic duels, but I would be like getting blasted back by spells and rolling around and casting my own.
Because it's like, Harry Potter is the most fucking engrossing world, a fantasy world, like ever. So well done in that regard. But like when it comes to coming up with a well thought out, tight plot that makes sense and doesn't piss you off, she is not that dope. She just isn't. Like it's not very satisfyingly concluded at all. There's so many like weird plot holes. Why does she introduce time travel? Why is Snape such a dickhead the whole time if he was secretly helping? Like what? Why would he be doing that? Just because he got pantsed by his dad as a kid? Like what the fuck, dude?
Hey, he also stole his girl.
Yeah, so then he's an incel? Like fuck you. She didn't want to date you because you're fucking creepy and get pants all the time, you little fucking bitch.
Now you're hitting close to home, Harper.
Cause I just pants you because it's funny, dude. We're not laughing at you. It's just funny, dude.
And also the whole thing of like, you know, transphobe. That's kind of a...
Yeah, transphobic. That also doesn't help.
Because you also got to think like... Okay, like who is like the main audience of people that like Harry Potter? It's like people our age and
People
younger.
our age. People our age and older, I think, because that's who grew up with it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
but
guess.
like, no, I know what you mean. Like, in terms, like, not in terms of like the specific people, but like the age group that liked it. And likes
Yeah.
it.
So
Our
it's
age
like,
and younger.
yeah, and it's like this is the generation of people where like being transphobic is really stupid.
Yeah,
Because it's really stupid.
we've grown. We're past that, you motherfucker. That's like 5 years ago. That's being eradicated by the youth. And
I mean,
you're old.
I guess you could say Harry Potter was written over 5 years ago, but
True.
that doesn't excuse her current day stance on.
Yeah, but it's not like
Those people.
Harry Potter, like the story in the world is transphobic. There's no trans people in it, so maybe you could argue about that. But the issue isn't the stories, it's her. It's what she says, which is fucked.
Yeah, it's like she's gonna hurt her own cow for money milking if she keeps taking to Twitter being like, I'm gonna get attacked in a bathroom.
What a fucking moron. How could you... Okay, even if you think that way, you're a dumbass. Why would you say that publicly? What does she think she's saving the world? Like, what are you thinking, you dumbass? She just must be so rich she doesn't care. Like, I don't need any more fucking money. I'm loaded, dude.
Yeah, honestly, she probably doesn't. She is probably like Harry Potter could be outed as a hate symbol and she loses all funding. But she'll still be okay.
Probably, man. Fucking theme parks and video games and everything. Movies still coming out, stage shows, fucking cereal, macaroni and cheese shaped like fucking Hedwig and shit. She's loaded for life. For many lifetimes, she's loaded. So she can just say whatever the fuck she wants.
No consequences.
Yeah. And she knows it.
That rat.
Just like Notch. Anyway, this is I think it's time we wrap this up.
Yeah, that was another ramble. Yeah, so I'm afraid reading the light novel and the web novel, I'm afraid I'll end up disliking the anime because I'll just be disappointed that it didn't like it left out scenes I really liked, but we'll have to see what happens. That's why, like I said, I'm waiting until season 2 drops before I dive in, so I can love the show as much as possible before the source material ruins it for me, because it's just gonna be better.
I think, because we were talking about doing episode reviews as they come out.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I think it'd be interesting to see it from the perspective of someone who has read it and someone who hasn't. So I think I will read it just for that, more than anything.
You just want to read it.
Well, I'll be honest. I promise. Okay. I know it seems like I'm being disingenuous here, but I don't. It's so daunting how much there is that I'm saying this to motivate myself to read it.
Oh, I see. It's like staring. It's like staring a horse in its cock. Too intimidating.
It's like, just take the cock for the content. Do it for the content, okay?
All right. Yeah. Okay. You milk it then.
I'm milking it, because it's like, I don't know. I think it'd be fun to have read it and be able to talk about it in the episode reviews if we do those, which I really want to.
We
But
should.
The problem is, am I gonna? I don't know if I have time. There's so much.
you got 2 weeks, and the episodes are gonna come out weekly. You got plenty of reading time.
True. It's taken me like 3 days to read 90 pages.
Well, maybe you should have paid more attention in language arts.
Oh, fuck you. It's a sore spot. Everyone calls me slow reader.
Yeah. SR for short.
Please cut this out. Excuse you. Good cough joke. Excellent.
I laughed and swallowed at the same time.
That's what I did last night. Oh,
when I nailed you with that grandma's soup zinger.
God. It's so hard to explain. It was just so funny. Like, the punctuation. It's just so funny to think, like... Do you want to... Should we even tell this fucking story at the end of this massive podcast? Just go into that?
I mean... we could, and then if I deem it unworthy, I'll just cut it.
Okay. So, we were playing Jackbox last night, I guess. Over 24 hours ago at this point. And we played Quiplash. And I can't... What was the prompt? Oh, it was like the worst... Like, a bad reason to get into a duel.
Yeah.
And Christian's answer was... I think verbatim it was like... Over grandma's soup. There's enough for all. Or something like that.
Yeah, it was grandma's soup. There's enough for all. With a question mark at the end.
It was like... Grandma's soup, but there's enough for all. Like, something about how it's written was so fucking funny. It's just so funny to think, like, there's enough soup for everybody. Like, man. I could never hope to recapture it. It was so funny, dude.
And you know what? I was actually, this will make you happy, I was thinking about Wind Waker.
Oh, really?
Soup. Because I was thinking, like, I
yeah.
could go back to grandma for as much soup as I want. There's an endless supply of soup, so I was like, there's enough soup for all.
Enough soup for everybody. You can get infinite bottles, and there's 2 helpings per bottle. Oh man, that just enhances it. God, it was so funny, dude. And then
when you were dying, I had the biggest smile on my face. I was so proud of myself.
I'm glad it was you who wrote that. Yeah, but as I was laughing, I was eating just like straight cold white rice from the fridge for some reason, and it was in my mouth when I read that, so I was laughing, and then like 15,000 grains of rice all slid down my air pipe, and I choked for probably like 5 minutes.
Yeah, you were coughing for a while.
I couldn't stop. I kept coughing up little grains of rice.
In between the cough was laughter too.
Yeah.
So you were in a bad shape.
I was crying. There's a picture of me, like, literally fucking tears were streaming down my disgusting, fat, ugly face.
Does Ainsley have that photo?
Yeah, she does. I think... she sent it to me somewhere. Also, I'll send it your way.
Yeah, I need to see that photo, and I need to get it framed.
Okay, wait. What did I tell you to remind me to show you at the end? I was gonna show you something.
All my efforts will have been for naught.
Was it porn related?
No. I might. I think I'll. I don't want to have to go
Oh,
back.
I remember. It was Brain Blast. It was
Oh, you're back.
it was the plankton thing with Felix.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
That's
Oh,
what it was.
Thank fuck you remembered. It's so funny. Okay, let's end this with me. I'll find that and send it to you, and we'll have your reaction video.
Okay.
Plankton,
I like
Felix,
it.
ReZero.
You could at least act as if you're paying attention.
All right. Oh, forgot I sent you that porn.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of.
To see my
I mean, I don't mind the art style. I'm
No,
not the biggest fan of the situation.
I agree. The art's great actually, but
Come again.
Yeah.
it's just, and it's in full color, which is very rare. But it's just not her. Are you
Yeah,
watching?
it's just not quite her.
You
Yeah,
watching
I'm
it?
watching.
I am pleased to have a pupil as dedicated as you.
Yes!
God, the first time I saw it, I laughed so fucking hard.
Just yes. I didn't know the military had cat girls.
Yes.
Actually, I'm a boy.
Yes. God, dude.
And on that note, thank you guys very much for sticking with us through
Oh,
this like
man.
2.5 hour long rambling about ReZero,
3.
femboys, Harry Potter. We covered a lot. This is basically a podcast, not like the normal anime reviews, but I'm
No.
gonna count it as that.
Yeah, it's just an anime review. Fuck it. That's what. That was most of it was about ReZero.
Yeah.
With some tenuous connection.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys made it this far,
Yeah, right.
yeah, right. I doubt it, but
Say anything
if you
here.
did, tell me in the comment section if you actually made it this far.
Dude, what if like 1,500 people are like, I made it. You guys are so charming and funny.
I would be like, well, subscribe.
As expected. Oh yeah, if you guys make it to the end, make sure to fucking subscribe.
That's right. Like and subscribe. I have no clue when this will be up because I have a lot of podcast editing to do.
Me too.
But once it'll be out. Probably, I'll try to get it out this week as of this recording.
Well, it'll probably be hard because there's probably some stuff that you want to cut out that we said, and this is 3 fucking hours. So. Jeez.
Yeah, I'll have to cut some stuff out, but that's okay.
Yeah, you'll get.
This was a great time.
It was fun. I'm having a lot of fun. Honestly, I could definitely record more. Like I would not. I don't think we should. But it's not a matter of like I'm out of energy. I'm not enjoying it. I think this is a really good conversation.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. Not
Right.
your typical anime review.
No.
And the next one we got to do, Harper, you got to finish Tower
I
of
gotta
God,
finish
so we
Tower
can
of
do
God.
so we can do the same thing for this one, because there's a lot to talk about with just those 13 episodes.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so much stuff I gotta do, dude. I gotta play Chibi Robo. I gotta fucking read ReZero. I gotta watch Tower of the God. I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicle.
But it's all good stuff.
Yeah, it's all good. That's the thing. It's all good. I don't want to stop doing any of it. I'll get back to the Tower of God. I swear. Just keep reminding me every day, and eventually I'll go back to it.
All right, perfect, because we have to talk about some characters in that show.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed us rambling. I have no clue what game is gonna be playing for this. I need to get 3 hours of gameplay of some random game for this, so it's not just a blank screen.
Dude, I'll send you some of my Twilight Princess footage that never got used.
It'd just be a montage of a bunch of different shit.
That'd be funny.
Uh,
I have so much fucking game footage that will probably never see the light of day.
Probably not, because I got all the footage.
Yeah. I'm gonna send it all to you. Hold on. Where is this shit?
Oh jeez, no
I'm
please.
sending it all. Where is it?
It's gonna take like 16 hours to send to the Google Drive link.
It'd be worth it.
Oh god. Well, while he does that, We're out of here. Thank you for joining me, Harper.
Yes.
You definitely spiced things up. I would not have been able to talk about ReZero for 3 hours on my own.
Can you imagine just talking about yourself for 3 fucking hours? Jesus Christ. Thanks for having me. It was a great time.
Yeah. And we gotta do this again.
Yeah, we do. I insist we do those episode reviews as they come out. I'd love to talk about them with you as they are released and make some use of that.
Yes, we must. We absolutely must.
It'll be fun.
But alrighty. That's all from us. It is now 5. We started at 3 in the morning. It is now 5 in the morning.
3? Let me check. When did we start this call? The call started
no, it's-
1:48 a.m.
Right, we started at 1:48.
Yes, we did. 3 hours, 12 minutes ago, we started this.
Jeez.
Oh my fuck, dude. And we still aren't ending it. We're dragging our feet here. All right, peace.
That's right.
Peace.
We're out of here.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace and love. Peace and love.